Right, we are live.
Welcome to Season 2, Session 9 of our Sea Dogs GURPS campaign. I am Gigerman, today's GM.
Hi, Gigerman.
This session's audio will be made available as a podcast. See the description for details. As you do.
Or don't. It's up to you.
Now, I keep meaning to look at the data XML file to see how it is that Fantasy Grounds decides to sort the PCs, because they always come in the same order. And it's not alphabetical.
I imagine it's the ID in which they joined.
That's what I'm thinking.
So when you import a character, it's an ID is attached. So I'd imagine that's the order that it's displayed in.
And I suspect the ID is completely random because I'm fairly certain my character was imported first.
That is entirely possible.
Computers.
At any rate, Nosh, do you have any character business for Lieutenant Rogers, excuse me?
No, I do not.
Com Junkie, do you have any character business for Sir Randall?
Nope.
Ronky, do you have any character business for Captain Hayden?
Not at this point.
Rigel Kid, do you have any character business for Dr. Spencer?
Not at this time, no.
Well, the GM doesn't have any business. So, there.
I don't know what to do.
Great game. See you guys next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Well, entertain
Log.
us, GM.
Damn it. Mess me up.
Well,
Harbor Log, Monday evening, February 26th, 1725, Campeche, Yucatan. It is warm and clear, with winds increased and shifted to the west late in the evening. Having met with the English shipper Gordon Reed and solved Captain Morgan's riddle, the expedition was bedding down for the night when they were summoned to the Graceful Dame to hear Davino's report about what just occurred on his watch and see the evidence for themselves.
it's Big Shark.
So, images.
So we're already on the ship.
Hang on, I'm catching up.
Catch up faster.
Images. As you guys were getting bedded down at the hacienda of Gordon Reed, a servant comes in saying that there is a Red here to see Captain Hayden. And he informs Captain Hayden that there's been an incident at the boat, and Davino wants all the partners
It's not
assembled.
It's a ship.
You are fetched, and arrive at the Graceful Dame to find Davino on the deck, seated on the against the rail in front of a really big shark.
Well,
With
that
legs.
looks like a shark.
That one's 12 feet. I think this one is probably maybe more like 9 or 10.
So it's not a big shark. It's just a
It's
shark.
still a big shark.
So he was out fishing? What required
Well,
that
I'll
too?
tell you. So Davino recounts his tale of woe as he was doing his watch aboard the ship. Red's here, by the way. And Red was below decks attending to chamber business when this fellow flopped up on deck, wet and naked, and basically threatened him, used some kind of magic on him or something like that to make him hold still, and threatened to kill him, and then started turning into a big shark man.
Or was it a man shark?
And
Are you sure he wasn't a mermaid controlling sharks?
Davino cannot neither confirm nor deny this.
Could be a mermaid because that's females.
Then he
Merman.
produced this weapon against said shark person and blasted him square in the chest, after which he died, and then
Okay.
turned back into a shark.
And then you fished the shark out of the water.
So, Red did not see any of this. He came up after it was over, mercifully in his case.
I'm going to make sure that he hasn't been drinking. Davino.
He assures you that he has not in his way.
Then I'm going to start examining the shark.
So a merman hopped on the deck and ordered a shark to come about and you killed the shark, and he ran away.
That's not how he remembers it.
So is it a normal shark or is it a shark with legs?
The shark has no legs. It seems normal to you, excepting the large bullet hole.
So it was a man and then it became a shark?
Yes. Or it was a shark that became a man and then became a shark.
So what you're saying is a merman that can take the shape of a shark.
He's not saying that, but that doesn't mean it's not correct.
Has Davino ever been prone to telling wild stories? Because it looks very much like there's just a normal shark on the deck.
Davino's barely verbal at all.
Wait, Davino can talk?
It also took him about 30 minutes afterward to find out where the hell Boom went.
Because Boom turned into the shark.
Boom's at the highest part of the ship. What?
Damn straight he was. So, you guys have some things to deal with here. One, you've been attacked by a shark person
A normal shark.
as a group. And as far as Dr. Spencer can tell, it seems very normal,
It seems
Again.
like a shark.
excepting the very large bullet hole.
How? So you shot it while it was in the water?
No, that's not what he said. He said it
No,
climbed aboard.
Uh-huh.
But sharks don't have arms.
It was a man at the time.
So a merman commanded a shark to climb on board.
Well, Davino says, to be fair, it was very similar to that other guy, or what Davino can remember of that other guy before he fainted.
Right, the merman. So mermen can turn into sharks. We have learned this.
All right. So there are mer people. See? So mer people can turn into sharks. Wait.
If you consider that a merman is just an aquatic person, then that may actually be true in some form.
I have to write this down.
At any rate, you, the group, have been attacked by a shark person. You know that this shark person has magic powers of some form or another, or at least that is the running theory. You
Wait, what led us
also
to... Well, aside from the fact that he can change shape, why do we suspect he has magic powers?
He was the same guy
Davino.
that some of us ran into.
Davino said that it made him freeze in place,
Well,
like he was
I was
under
thinking-
a great heavy weight, which could be potentially explained
Panic?
away, as could the fear reaction from previous encounters. Maybe not so much the crabs, but Spencer had theorized that it was magic. And if you believe in mermen, you might as well believe in magic.
Well, I'm not discounting it.
So you also have as a potential data point that there are multiple of these things here, and this was only one of them.
Great. We're going to be attacked by shark people.
Wait, so there's at least, what, 3 more?
Maybe? We don't know if Long is one of them.
Right.
Does that mean all sharks are man sharks?
Absolutely.
No, there's lady sharks too.
Actually, I'm looking at that gun. That would be brutal on the shoulder.
Yeah, you're not supposed to fire it up from the shoulder like that. It's a wall gun. It's meant to be fired from a pintle.
Does that mean we have to reset Davino's shoulder every time he fires it?
Yeah, he's used to it. He's built up a callus. I can't think of any other specific
So-
data points at this
But
juncture.
so between everybody just explaining everything, so we are all convinced that this guy was part of the other group because Davino recognized him from that other group and you guys met him on the beach because Randall has not met.
That's
seen
true.
those
You
guys.
didn't lay eyes on him.
But because everyone else can confirm that this was the dude.
Well, we can't confirm this is the dude. That's what Davino's saying.
Well, right.
Aiden's a little bit skeptical, but he does remember the encounter with the dude on the beach, and
And the
that
crab.
was a little unnatural. So he's skeptical, leading towards believing Davino.
And we watched a guy just kind of walk out of the water
And just because
recently.
Davino told you what he saw doesn't mean that that is in fact what happened. It's just what he saw.
Maybe
We have
Davino
no-
was killed and replaced by, someone.
Could be.
So what really happened?
This is going to turn into the thing on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what really happened was a shark launched itself out of the water, landed on the deck. Davino was high as a kite, and what he saw was not what really happened.
It could be that there was a guy on the deck and that the shark jumped up and ate him.
And I'm at that point, I'm cutting into the shark, going, nope, there's nobody in here, unless there is.
I'm pretty certain that this was a mer person, and mer people can turn into sharks, or at least the male mermen can turn into sharks.
Well, Davino has collected a particularly large specimen of tooth from the creature and is currently looking at it and possibly deciding how to wear this thing.
Well, I know this is a really weird question, but I mean, do we let the shark flesh go to waste? I mean, I hear shark
Well-
fin soup is a delicacy.
So you have a number of things to decide here. You've got the security situation of, shark people with magic. You've got what to do with this, what looks to be about 400 to 500 pounds of shark meat on the deck.
Hang it up by the tail fins so everybody in town can see it,
Yeah, right. I mean, hey, that's something to brag about for sure.
and warn them about flying shark
Right?
and mer people who can turn into sharks.
Turn into flying sharks.
That's right.
We're doomed.
I wonder if this guy had little wings on his feet like Namor.
You don't recall
you don't
seeing any
recall-
such appendage.
Did Davino see a transformation or not?
He says he did witness a transformation of some sort, although he was very frightened at the moment. He doesn't entirely trust his senses.
Well, considering what we experienced on the beach, what we've seen so far, Rogers is leaning to the credulity side here.
All right, so how do you proceed?
I'm not sure I'm comfortable eating a potential mayor person.
Neither am I. It just seems really weird.
At the same time, I am kind of curious. So I want to see if I can get somebody else to eat it first.
We can cook them up and serve them to the rest of the crew.
I mean, what happens if you do eat the shark person and it results in you becoming a shark person?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that could be an interesting twist to the whole this whole campaign.
That
Where
would
is the
be
hole
kinda
in the
funny,
shark?
actually.
What was that?
Where is the hole in the shark? Like the entry hole and the exit hole.
Well, you would say that the entry wound is somewhere ventrally located, where you might find a human's chest or some such. There is no exit wound.
So, by that account, he would have had to shoot it from underneath the shark.
Yes.
Need to dig out the bullet.
Are you going to dig out the bullet?
I'm absolutely going to dig out the bullet. Really cheerfully,
All right, then.
there on the deck.
Isn't it bullets? Multiple?
Well, that's true. He did do a security shot. So I suppose the second one was in the head. We'll just say that. Seems like a logical thing to do.
Whistle while I work.
Okay, well, you will dig out the quarter-pound shot, and it's silver.
Well, I'm going to presume that Davino is going to want it back in case he can melt it down and make it into another bullet.
Yeah, I'm
So-
going to assume it's a bit deformed from where it started, so it's
Hence,
probably
you
not
have to melt it
usable as
down.
is. But yeah, but it's still silver. So I guess he'll get those back in some form or another.
Yeah, I don't know about what to do. We don't want to just shove it off the side into the water, because that's a good way to draw more sharks.
Ooh,
I don't know what else to do with it.
Yep, string it up and show it off. And, well, hey, there was
Smell it.
a shark. There was that too. There was a shark attack, and we can now say that we probably found the shark that.
But we don't know if we got just the only shark.
Oh,
But regardless, yeah.
There are a lot of
regardless-
sharks out there.
You can
regardless,
open it
the
up,
fact
see
we
what
can
it
go,
ate.
"Hey,
oh, that's true.
This is it.
Isn't Spencer opening him up to see if there was anything in that bowels?
yeah, it's going
Like
to be
a person?
a really little version of the big ugly guy. He's like a midget.
That's weird.
I honestly don't know what would be there.
Well, I was just thinking if this ate the
Fish.
dude.
I know what
People,
you're thinking,
An arm.
and I don't know that would not be true. I don't know that.
Yeah.
This is kind of a weird situation.
'Cause if
And
we can,
since I've cut this guy open, I've managed to successfully, thoroughly piss off the other mare people.
Oh yeah, especially if you guys display the body.
We should display the body because we don't know anything bad about that. It might make us slightly more popular in town.
exactly.
Well, Dr. Spencer is now elbow deep in shark blood and ichor.
And whistling.
As he works.
Decisions.
Should remove the jaw. It'd make a mighty trophy for some tavern wall.
Yeah. I don't know what you use for butchering. I don't have that skill.
You guys were also about to go to bed.
That's why I'm thinking just string it up. Actually, that's going to be kind of heavy. A lot of work.
Mm,
My good doctor, are you able to check the contents of its gullet? Can you find any evidence of our friend that was eaten?
Well, I did find this ring. It is precious to me.
uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know how do you I mean, operating on the presumption that say this is a you're out in the middle of nowhere, on the high seas, and you somehow manage to kill a shark. I mean, what do you do?
Eat
I
it.
would think you'd typically throw it overboard if you're not going to eat it.
And this is
What
kind
else
of the weird
can
part.
you do with it?
Well, I mean, if we're worried, are we worried that? I mean,
You could always drag the carcass out away from the ship if you're afraid of attracting predators. Or you could drag it on shore and leave it for similar reasons, I guess.
If we drop it overboard, it'll float away with the current in time.
One would expect.
It'll actually float away pretty fast if we're at anchor.
Unless other sharks descend on it.
It'll
yeah,
still
I'll
float
check
away.
I'll check the stomach contents, see if there's anything of vague interest.
I will say that Spencer cannot determine anything definitively from the stomach contents.
It looked like it ate some stuff. I'm not a veterinarian.
The GM will say meta information that this being a were creature, I don't know what the effects of the change would have on the stomach contents somehow, because the stomach itself changes.
Wibbly wobbly timey-wimey magic.
Exactly. Nobody wrote rules for that.
Yeah, don't science magic.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, and then I guess we should probably do whatever it is we're going to do while I clean up.
Which is what? You guys just going to go back to the hacienda and go to sleep, or do something else?
Since we're on the boat, Hayden's going to spend the night on the boat.
Yes, Roger will do the same.
I don't want to spend the night on the boat.
Isn't it like a really long row to shore?
No, it's not that far.
Who's on the next watch?
Probably Claude.
Who? Oh, it's not just going to be Claude. It's going to be just Claude plus
Well,
somebody.
yeah, Claude and somebody else.
All right. Well, I guess Sir Randall and Dr. Spencer are going back to the hacienda then.
yup.
We can totally get jumped by some dudes on the way.
Unless the doctor wants to examine this creature some more.
Not
Hayden's
really.
going to suggest we toss it overboard, return it to the sea, and clean the deck.
I second that.
Well,
I trust you don't mind getting your hands dirty, Mr. Red? Mr. Sherd?
Well, he'll do what he's got to, I suppose.
We're totally
fetch
not going to see him cut a big old chunk of that shark off to eat later. So he
I'll
becomes
fetch a
the
bucket.
square shark. All right, back to the hacienda. Why do I envision Daniel was like, crap? Now the party split up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's the last I saw of Randall and Dr. Spencer until they cut up the next shark.
What are you talking about? I'm saying that's the last we see of Captain Hayden and Lieutenant Rogers.
Oh, that's true. Could be there too.
I'm too important to just die off screen like that. I'm not even sure any of you people actually really exist.
Well, it's the last you see of Hayden and stuff because we sail off, leave you
There
guys here.
is that. Like it's all gotten a little weird. Too weird.
Yeah, we're gonna go be pirates.
Well, I'm telling you, Spencer's absolutely gonna just ramble on about possibilities and theories to Sir Randall on the way back. What that
I'm
could
gonna-
mean.
I'm definitely trying to get him to
Shut up.
No. Actually, say was a merman. Like
Actually,
Say that.
if it's not a long trip back to the hacienda, Hayden may go back. I'm just going to roll.
Roll what?
So at the moment, he's feeling reasonably okay. How uncomfortable is the boat compared to a
Not
bed?
nearly as comfortable as that bed.
Hayden will go back.
Yeah, Roger's going to stay.
Are you sure, Mr. Rogers? It might be the last comfortable rest we get if we have to go trudging off into the wilderness in search of Randall's treasure.
All the more reason for me to stay on the ship so I don't have to think about tramping through the bush.
It'll be fine. You'll be okay. Or you'll die horribly, one of the two. All right, let's go back to the hacienda.
Yeah.
Right, so Lieutenant Rogers is all by himself. Excellent. There's going to be
We need to
another...
take a break.
Uh-oh.
We messed with the GM's plans.
Yep, we
We broke the GM. All right, going on break.
But the GM did kind of drag us all onto the boat.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, I'll have to be away for a little bit, probably in about 20 minutes, I think.
You know what?
So if you want
Take all the time.
if you want to kill me now, this is the time.
All right. Well, so you guys will return to the hacienda without Lieutenant Rogers.
Oh, you are all going to die.
Yep, we totally are all gonna die.
The hacienda's just a vampire haven.
Right?
Why is it so bright? Isn't it supposed to be dark?
God damn it.
You're seeing with your vampire eyes.
Oh, okay.
Did I
that
do that?
explains it.
I got stupid piece of crap.
Oh, hey, cool. It got dark.
Geez, it gets
fast.
dark real quick here.
I know, it was like wham. Sun just like
I-
winked out.
I friggin' turned it GM only. I really don't like that. I get it. It needs to be there, but I don't like that.
I like our headcanon better. It's bright and then bam, it's dark,
Night fell. Totally fell.
which is not out of the question in the jungle.
And we all take 2 hit points damage as it fell.
Right. And
All right.
long-term stress.
And sunrise is a bitch.
My eyes.
I will have the lot of you, excepting Lieutenant Rogers, make an IQ check. Mr. Hayden will get a +6.
Wow.
Damn.
Why?
That's one way of like.
It's going to be like that tonight. I'm just going to give up.
Are you expecting somebody to fail?
Just
No,
declare we win?
No, just that's how it's going to be. All right, I got to do some stuff. You need to go away.
Just have to roll with
see.
the fun. I mean, look at how much entertainment I
Embrace it.
get from my craptastic rolls in Warhammer.
Oh, it's almost I don't even know anymore. I'm just like, I can't believe you roll that bad all consistently. I think you have cheat dice that are the wrong cheat dice.
I'm rotating the dice.
Maybe that's
They're
what it
all-
is. They're all getting jealous. They don't. One set just wants to be used consistently. I mean, my dice were rolling all that great
I'm gonna have to
last
just
night either.
get some cheaty dice.
Has anyone seen the Critical Role episode where Will Wheaton rolls nothing but ones?
No.
Apparently, it's the Will Wheaton curse.
Uh-oh.
No, we're safe. There's no grid on it.
Dang it! Spoke too soon. But it's funny is we are all wide awake.
Yeah, you guys were kind of primed for this, I suppose, after that whole business. Let's see. So, since Sir Randall got an actual crit on there, he will be the first to awake to the sound of scuffling and rummaging about coming from I don't know what you call that area, but somewhere outside the bedroom that he is currently inhabiting.
Point of order there, Daniel.
Yes.
Dr. Spencer has combat hesitancy, which is quirk level combat paralysis.
I don't think that'll affect this.
Yeah, it says you're no more likely than anyone else to freeze up, but you aren't quick to thaw out. You're at -1 on rolls connected to surprise, initiative rolls if I'm the leader, and IQ rolls to recover from mental stun. Ooh, I need to remember that last part.
Right.
Since I succeeded by 3, I guess that probably isn't going to matter.
Well,
Yeah, well, you woke up, you'd still be stunned, so it's going to take you some seconds to come around anyway. But all you did was you heard something that woke you up. And in fact,
we all
Captain
did.
Hayden will be the second to wake up, and he's under similar situations, but pain may beat him to that particular punch. So, you are in that bedroom. Can you see?
Nope.
I
It's all
can
dark.
see mine. It seems sort of like circled around. I'm on the periphery. Yeah, if you look at the Twitch, that's exactly what I'm seeing as well.
Yeah, I'm in pitch black.
Okay, you don't have your own vision. Okay, do you suppose you could strike up a candle, perhaps?
Thought. I mean, is it that pitch black?
Well, it is pretty
There's
dark.
no-
It's inside a building.
Yeah, but is there any?
Actually, I don't recall what it may be.
Oh, I now see a little bit.
I gave you a candle.
Ah,
I like how
It
it's
is pretty dark
flickering.
in here.
wow. There's no windows for moonlight. Or...
Does the GM want to have Hayden make a chronic pain roll?
Well, you did just make one technically.
Well, I only made that to see how comfortable he was feeling at the time.
All right. Well, I will probably ensure Inara's or gently prod Inara awake and reach for
Not
a
again.
reach for a weapon.
Oh, getting kinky.
There, that's a little better.
Wow, it's really bright where I'm sleeping. Why is it so bright in here?
We'll get around to that. So, Payne, you grab a candle, and you have a little bit of extra light there. You nudge her awake. Now what?
And I will grab my blade and that's probably not too far. Probably leaning up against the wall, so nearby, and scooch out of bed.
All right.
And
By this time, Captain Hayden will have been able to do much the same. Is he going to grab a candle or something, or is he just going to go as is?
He'll light a candle or a lantern, depending on what's available to him in the room.
where's the room
Yeah, you
entry?
probably don't have a lantern. I don't know why I just did that. That is not what I meant.
You're doing it wrong.
What?
And then he's going to... So it's in the hallway that we hear the scuffling.
Yes. So the sound is coming from that general direction.
Then Hayden will grab his saber, and I don't know. Would pistols normally be loaded? Probably not, right?
So I think normally you would probably not keep your pistol loaded unless you had a good reason to, and given the recent events, you probably have good reason to.
All right. Well, then Hayden will slide the pistol into his drawers and grab his saber, and he'll quietly go to the door, listen, and depending on what he hears, open it.
You will hear what sounds like furniture moving and voices, probably Spanish.
It's just the servants.
Hayden will open the door very quietly. I guess that'll be a stealth roll.
You could do that, yeah.
Apparently, Hayden doesn't do stealth.
So you
That's
fling
not
the
really
door
his
open.
thing.
So that's Dex -5.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep, you sort of flung the door open.
Well, no, he was doing it slowly, so you could
Yeah.
factor in extra time.
It
He
just
pulls
creaked.
the door
Well.
open and it goes creak.
But then he'll look.
Depends how well whoever it is paying attention. All right, so you're gonna poke your head out of the door there
And get
about
shot.
the same time as Payne is gonna end up, I don't know, here-ish.
Probably. Yeah, probably opening the door himself. Yeah, probably in the door because he doesn't want anything to get past him into the room.
So that basically just leaves Spencer, who is still probably trying to come to.
Maybe
We'll say
the dramatic thing like Jane. I'm gonna grab the sheet and go back to sleep.
well, right at this point, Spencer is recovered and able to move about the cabin should he desire to do so.
He recognizes there's something going on.
In the meantime, there are some folk in the hall, and those of you that are poking your heads out will make note of what you see. That one of these fellows is carrying what appears to be a slow match, while two of these fellows are bearing kegs of some kind, and they seem to be dumping the contents of these kegs about onto the floor and the furniture and the rugs and the curtains and such.
That seems bad.
It seems
And,
like they would have been a lot. They're being really quiet about it.
You know?
Also, one of them has a lantern, by the way, hence the lighting in here.
I was sitting there I was staring at Hayden's token, and I was trying to figure out, based off of my current Zoom ratio, why there was like this little weird triangle there. And
That's
it's
his
like
hat.
zoom in and go, oh, that's his hat. Well, don't you feel stupid, Phil?
Well, yeah, okay, I can see that. At any rate, that's weird. What the
Right,
hell?
you guys need to go over there and start shooting them.
Well, it's gonna probably start off with a alarm. Two arms.
Achtung. Wait, do I speak German? Crap,
I don't
speak
think you do.
German. I'm gonna have to be learning German.
And basically, about the time you guys poke your head out and are able to observe the intruders, we'll call them, turn and notice your emergence. And one of them will say, "Matalos!" And the fight music will begin.
I just got a banned from YouTube, didn't I?
Maybe. Only if you were accurate.
Alarm! We are under attack by arsonists.
Yep.
So-
Alarm.
With Payne and Hayden are both carrying candles at the moment. You have those in one hand and a weapon in the other. You may need to dispense of one of them.
Throw the candle at the strange-looking liquid they're splashing around,
Catch them all on fire.
and burn the hacienda down.
Hold
Yeah,
on a
setting
second.
them on fire may be counterproductive.
Hold on.
Yeah, he's got to check his impulsive. Oh, damn.
15 or less, right? Or I succeed on a 15 or less. Right?
If you succeed, you don't have to do it.
Gotcha.
You can just
I
choose
think
to do
about
it.
it. I thought about it. I was like, wait, this isn't my house.
Well, there's impulsiveness and stupidity. And
Right. Well, there's a fine line.
Sarandel is not stupid.
So anyway, so he'll cry out, vandals, or arsonists, and he will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 charge forward.
There's a missing
Yard.
arsonist. The tags above their heads start at 2 and go to 6. We're missing one.
You're not really missing him, are you?
We'll find him.
Turn.
I got it. Helps if I opened up the tracker.
Similarly, Mr. Hayden has to deal with a candle
Who's got
in
the
his
slow
hand.
match? slow match?
Let's see. Number 2 has the slow match. Oh, number 2 and number 5. Excuse me. 2 of them have slow matches. 2 kegs, 2 match.
Gotcha.
So, Hayden, he will put his saber down, lean it up against the wall in front of him, and draw his pistol. I don't think I have fast draw.
I don't believe you do.
I do not have fast draw, so he will draw his pistol. And he'll be shouting, "Alarm!"
There's much shouting at this point. You know what? We can just skip Mr. Rogers. Sorry.
Sounds like it's an issue. So I guess I'm gonna get out of bed.
There is yelling outside. Dora is still in the process of getting up. So, our intrepid bag guys here. This is okay. All right. So, this one in particular has a slow match. He is still holding the slow match and has a cutlass in the other hand. He will charge or set himself up to receive a charge because he sees one coming.
So he steps and readies.
You will note that as he steps forward and readies, he slips a little. Number 3 has a keg. He will put the keg down.
I know where all the rum's gone.
Number 4 has a lantern. He will keep the lantern and will point a sword and start moving that way. Number 5 has a slow match. He will keep slow match, ready the sword, and start working his way in that direction. Number 6 has a keg. He will get out of the way, put down the keg. And I just realized I really should have had a counter for said kegs. Hold on 1 second. We will just have to improvise a little. Oh, wrong one. Tokens. Counters. Which one do I need here? Let's go with the grenade. That seems near enough to be appropriate. And there. Set. Inara is basically up to the door and realizing she is somewhat underarmed for this situation.
Are there curtains right here?
I'm gonna say yeah.
All right. So I'm going to take a step and slash a section of curtain down to act as kind of a cloak.
That would tend to suggest you need to catch said curtain and cut it.
Or cut it and then catch it on as it starts to fall.
What did you do with the candle?
Probably that would be funny. That's right. I'm gonna have to let it go. I'll chuck it over here.
You could put it out first.
Yeah, I figure it's gonna go out as it's sailing through you sling it real quick, it's probably just
What are
gonna-
the chances?
Well, I don't know. Probably pretty slim that it'll catch anything on fire. Since
Give me your
you know-
reaction.
oh boy.
Yep. Here's where you roll a 3.
Yeah.
Catch the house on fire. Wow. Good.
Okay. Well, however you threw it, it put it out.
He threw it and it tumbled and it landed properly in a candle holder. And
Even
also,
better.
Hayden is facing a wall. The door is there.
All right. I tell you what. The operation that you have described is sounds like it's going to be a multiple part operation. So
Okay.
we'll say that you've got hold of the curtains and are ready to cut it
Well,
this round.
Wouldn't I
The next
just
round
cut
you
it
can cut
and then just catch it as it's falling?
Yeah, more or less.
All right. so
Oh,
I
you mean
swing it.
that? Okay. That's. Ugh, I'm having trouble imagining that.
But I suspect he's like, you could just say that he's stuck his sword there. He hasn't cut it yet.
Well, it's a slashing weapon, so
Yeah, I know. It's like you've sort of thrust the weapon into the area and you're about to bring it forward to cut it. You just haven't brought it forward to cut.
well, what I mean is like if I was slashing at a piece of cloth that was dangling, I just slash it. I'm not like sticking in and then sawing at it. I'm slashing.
Well, it depends on how thick the curtains are. These might be really high-end curtains that are super thick, made of velvet.
You're thinking you cut it and catch it in the same round. If you do all out,
Okay. I'll do all out.
all right, all out, 2 attacks, cut it, catch it. I'll allow it.
What catch would be probably just a melee brawl, maybe? I don't know.
Just dex check.
Honestly,
Or you can do
you
rapid
need to
strike
make
and
it.
take a -6 on both. All right, so you hit it, you caught it. Do some damage. If you're like really crappy damage, you might not cut it.
That's not crappy
Yeah,
damage,
it's
though.
not. It's enough to cut off somebody's arm almost.
Cool.
All right, we'll go with it.
Need to
So,
remove the effects on Randall.
Yeah, that's true. So Hayden has a candle in one hand, a gun in the other.
So which one of them had the slow match?
Let's see. Slow match number 2, number 5.
So 2 and 5.
2 and 5.
And how exactly does the slow match work?
The slow match is basically a piece of small rope that is on fire, and it takes a really long time to burn down.
Right, so if I killed the guy with a slow match, he would fall and it would set alight whatever he drops it onto.
Probably, yeah.
Otherwise, he's likely to throw it. How far into the spreading of their fuel have they got to?
You can observe the patches indicated. They have they have dumped a lot of content.
All right, I'm going to risk it. Hayden's going to take aim.
So be it.
He's using the door as partial cover.
Gotcha.
Stumbling toward the door while yawning.
Dora getting up. And given the commotion outside, she's going to be looking around for something to beat somebody with. All right, bad guys. Let's see. He was ready to receive a charge. He sees you're cutting down a curtain instead. Oh, well, you're helping.
Maybe.
But
You don't know
number
me.
4 is in the way. I'm going to skirt around number 4 here. Because I don't want to step in the goo. This guy just set down the keg. He's getting his weapon ready. And will step that way. This guy is, yeah, he's running. We'll put him there. This guy has a slow match, and he is going to go, yeah, that way. This guy put down his keg, and he's got to get ready as well. And we're moved. Inara is looking around for something she can use as a potential weapon. and sees a thing over there.
All right. So, arsonist 4, arsonist 2. Okay. I guess we're going to see. And arsonist 2 has slow match in one hand and a sword
True.
in the other. And arsonist 4 just has a sword.
Sword and lantern.
Okay. Then I'm going to do something rather, I don't know,
Daredevil-y?
daredevil-y. I'm going to
You're going to have a
try.
hallway fight.
Yeah, I'm going to try and. So this is what I'm envisioning: covering arsonist 4 with the cloak while I try to engage arsonist 2, kind of leaving the arsonist 4 in some maybe and ideally entangled in the cloth.
Okay. Do you have the cloak skill?
No, I don't. So my skill's effectively 7.
Yeah, you're not likely to succeed at this.
You never know. I got luck.
Okay, well, if you're talking about doing that as you move past him so as
Yeah.
to engage Arsonist 2, then that will be a move and attack.
Right. Move and attack sets me up for problems.
There is also the issue of which direction would you be going?
Past and towards.
Okay. You realize there's a difficulty with going that direction,
And
given that you observed someone slipping on the oil a minute ago.
well, where's
Well, a second ago.
Oh, I thought that was limited to like that area.
No. Note the discolored patches.
I don't see any discolored patches.
Oh, for God's sake, did I freaking do that again?
I think you did it again.
Well, see, that changes a lot of things. Oh,
Well, that explains
okay.
that.
All right. So then what I plan.
You weren't seeing the darkness either. God.
No.
Son of a...
Man, look at the GM just dropping the ball all over the place.
All right. So with
Where the
that
hell's
in
Maurice,
mind,
by the way?
okay, with that in mind, then that'll change my plan here. I'm plan to step and kind of shove him towards the oil in the hopes that he goes slipping and sliding.
Okay. So that's a giant step and then a shove attack.
Yes.
Is that -3 or is that just straight up? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've
No,
used that one.
giant step is a
No, not the giant step, the shove.
that's a good question.
Shove, roll against Dex or sumo wrestling to hit. Your foe may block, blah. Okay. No, it's just standard.
It's not a brawling shove or anything like that.
No, it is apparently going to be Dex for you, probably.
Okie dokie. Oh, here we go.
Boot.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm going to luck that.
Are you? Really?
Maybe not. I guess I tried to shove and failed. Well, at least I'm not left without my defenses.
True. Also, that means he doesn't get to parry your hand.
And she doesn't get to parry my hand. Nice thing is the cloak gives me a DB1.
Does it?
Yes.
It
but You
does.
stepped right in my line of fire.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in his defense, it's dark, and it's not like he can really see.
And I saw
The night is-
Spencer open the door, or is he getting
Not
ready
yet.
to? Oh, okay.
The night
I
is
also
dark and
thought
full
that
of
you were-
arsonists.
I thought I could see you, so trying to also interpose himself, so Spencer didn't find himself in a bad way.
Is that going to be a clear enough shot that he's not going to risk hitting Randall?
I think that counts. I think if it skirts the edge of the hex, it doesn't count.
All right, so he was aiming at Arsonist 2. He is the one with the thing, slow match. He will
Yes.
step and fire.
Okay. Are you actually trying to hit number 2?
The intention is to try and hit number 2.
Then that will be at a -4 for the intervening bad guy.
Well, if you missed by 4, you hit the other bad guy.
Well, that's what I'm counting on.
Well,
Right.
that's kind of where I figured. So, yeah.
Fail, but you succeed.
1 second. I've updated my gun skill.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Now much better.
Now the question is, does number 2 even see it coming?
So I succeed by 6. That's going to... The range is minus...
That'll miss.
Oh, actually, accuracy +1. So succeed by 7. So that's going to be a hit.
Oh, God.
I didn't add the accuracy.
Okay, well, there you go. I don't know how the hell that worked, but you managed to, I guess, wait for number 4 to duck out of the way just for a second, and shot right past him and hit number 2. So
Center of mass.
I did check for him to see if he was going to be able to see that coming, and he just barely did. And that's not going to cut it for him. So you're going to hit him. Center mass, you said?
Yep.
Well, that
Roll
hurts.
D6. Roll D6. Vitals.
Where's the table?
Shoot him in the heart.
Hey, you. Oh, we've got more tables. That's one thing that annoys me with the new Fantasy Grounds. How everything is paged.
Yeah, sometimes that messes with me too. Okay. So that's going to be, after DR is going to be that. So that's
And it's piercing plus.
14, which is gonna hurt. Wow. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be one of those nights.
That was weird. Saw
Was
a
it?
big red X there for a second.
Oh, huh.
Well, I managed to actually remember to pick up my sword. So
It's a good
Spencer
start.
is going to open the door, and oh my goodness, there's a scuffle going on in front of me.
Fumbling for a weapon. How long is that gonna take her? Couple more rounds. All right, well, number 2 is gonna attempt to recover from stun for all the good it'll do him, and he will succeed. He will also be on the floor with a slow match. All right, this guy. Oh, we got a man down. And we also got
Gunfire.
juice on the floor and guns and stuff. Well, let's see. I think we're going to go this way. Start maneuvering into a combat position. Let's see. Number 4 really kind of needs to get out of this bunch up over here. Let the other guys get in.
No,
I
we
think
don't.
we're going to circle around this way. And take a swipe at you. Cutlass coming. That will successfully hit you, Mr. Payne.
Let's see. I can do where's it? Oh, pages.
Well, you got the cloak. You can block with it.
Yep. And he's coming at that the correct side for it.
Indeed.
It is. Oh my goodness. Combat maneuvers chart. Here we go. What is the one I want? It is side slip.
Oh, gotcha. Now,
Plus
okay,
2.
side slip has to be a dodge, though. I think.
Oh, no. It says with parry.
Oh, but you're not. Oh, so you're not blocking.
And I don't have to. I get a DB. So I get the parry with my sword, the DB +1, and the side slip +2.
All good.
I don't see side slip in the custom modifiers, but that could just be me. Unless it's under retreat side slip. Or I didn't open it.
Probably would be.
That's a +2 +1. So as if I needed it. Boom.
Apparently you didn't. Zip, 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 and you catch that and put it somewhere useless. Right. Okay. Dude just fell down in front of me, but we got shit to do. I'm going to move over here. And you know what? I might as well go ahead and take a swing. Not that I'm likely to hit.
That's the
sway.
rule on parrying multiple times.
You have a fencing weapon, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That means it's won't hit minus
-2.
1.
You have
I
to
think
be
it's
using
-2.
this fencing skill as well.
Which is
Rapier.
Let's see. Well, anyway, that one didn't come all that close. Let's see. This guy's gonna come up and fill a gap, I suppose. Yeah, that's about. We're kind of getting our crunch here. Yeah, we'll leave it like that.
Does 5 have a slow match in his hand?
He does.
Okay.
In our, let's see. She needed to do the same thing with similar results. Let's see. So she's going to disappear out of the door. Not that you're paying attention right now.
Okay. If I slashed at his hand with the slow match in it, and then took do a double attack where I bat the slow match behind me, like towards Spencer and away from the oily goo.
That's some serious shit right there.
Well, if I slash his hand and I do enough damage, he's going to drop what's in his hand.
Right. And then you're going to hit the slow match while it's falling?
Potentially. Or can I just cut the burning part of the slow match off?
What's your skill level?
Doesn't matter. Is it possible?
I don't see why it's not. I don't see why that would be impossible. It'd be really difficult.
Now, if I just cut the lit part of the slow match off, how would that,
You're talking about basically taking a finger off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very small target.
Yeah.
But it's possible.
Okay. Then what I will do is try probably, well, I guess a feint with the cloak is still going to be at a 7. Yuck.
Yeah, if you're going to feint, you'd want to use your rapier.
So, okay. So I'm going to do a flurry of blows, and it's going to be a feint at number 5, and then a strike to cut the slow match part off.
Oof, that's going to be a tough roll. Because you're at -6 already for rapid strike.
Flurry of blows is -3. And
okay, yeah, I was gonna say unless you did that right. So that's -3. Ugh, that's gonna be.
That is also gonna put your back to number 4.
I can still take a step. Still have maneuver room.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the feint. That's a feint.
Did you not put the penalty on that?
For
Guess not. For the rapid strike.
Oh, success by 3. Yeah,
okay.
No, I didn't. I missed that.
Well, you get your 3, I guess.
Okay. And then so it'll be here we go. I'm just gonna roll it even, and
yeah, let's see how you do.
Yep, that's gonna be luck.
Yeah, that won't work.
Really? Okay. He's trying to get himself killed.
I actually don't remember what the target is for a finger.
Well, it's definitely not a success by 1. Although, yeah. So, I guess that's going to be a miss with a step back.
Oh, I thought you were going to luck that.
Nah.
Fair enough.
I still think he's trying to get himself killed.
Well,
it's that
bit.
Inara, she did something to his brain.
I was going to say you could potentially get your Daredevil out of that, but it wouldn't be enough. Because that is bloody ridiculous. How many pennies you get?
Oh.
Is that considered a extremity joint?
No,
joint.
Well,
I'd probably say a joint.
No, I know they actually have a target for a finger in martial arts. I
that.
just don't recall what it is.
Well, I'm looking at that Grand Unified thing, and I don't see finger.
Yeah, that one doesn't have
it. Because you're gonna have to go down to like the size modifier of that. Well, let's see. I have 6 bennies. I have success by 2. I get the so that would be a success by 2. I don't know how much size modifier on that would be? Hold on, I can find out.
It's got to make.
Well,
us
it's going to
look
be
it
more
up.
than a hand.
That's 4, right?
Yeah.
Hayden will step into the
minus
door
6.
and just grab his saber.
Huh. I don't actually see more than that. I'd figure that'd be at least 5.
Well, if it's 5, then I need to burn 3.
Wow.
Um,
Well, fair point. If you do that, he will still get to defend. Although, it'd be at a -3, and they're not that good.
Yeah. Why not? At least it takes the slow match out of play for that guy.
All right, so 3 bennies for a success on hitting the slow match,
Yep.
and he gets his defense -3, which I believe you can't parry that. You have to dodge. Wow. Okay. I'm not sure what to do with that.
Okay. I probably slice his hand off.
it's a
He tried to
dodge.
pull
That
it
means
back.
he fell. It's a
And
critical
that's
fail and a dodge.
true.
He falls.
So he juggled it when you cut it off, and then and tripped.
Well, that'll work. I
Hold on.
yeah, there was a bit of oil there. That just a.
I
just
had
a-
some on his shoes.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was weird. What did Hayden do?
Stepped into the doorway to grab the saber that he'd rested up on against the wall.
Gotcha. All right, Spencer, you're up.
Yep. Okay. There's a big old mess in front of me.
Yeah, there's a bit of traffic here. Starting to look like your coincidence has already gone off.
That is Irish or Gaelic for stumble at Arsonist 5.
Number 5. You
It's already on the
say.
ground.
Well, if it's not, then it'd be 4. One of the two, whichever one that's not. I thought 4 was. That's hard to tell. Oh, okay, right. Sorry, I didn't see where that was pointing. So I guess it had been at 4 then.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah,
I'm
he doesn't
thinking
get a
it's like
defense against that.
they're sort of dancing around, and it's like his foot catches that rug.
Yep, that is
and
exactly
he,
what I was
whoop,
thinking.
Boom! I'm totally not gaining paradox. Honest.
Uh-huh. Dora has one more round to get a club of some form. All right, well, here's my Keystone Cops attempting to get back under control. Let's see. Number 2. Number 2 was shot.
He shot me.
Number
It
2's
really
going to try to
hurts.
get up.
He got shot hard too. A big old
Yeah, he
plug.
he took it pretty square, but he's still at it. He's not super excited about getting mixed up in this anymore, though. All right, number 3. Number 3 is going to either have to skate through the muck here, or he's going to have to wait for somebody to get out of the way. It's looking like a bloody mess over there, though. I think he's going to have to save his buddies. All right, here we go. Whew. And he makes it look good.
Is
Except
he able
he's got
to
oil
stand in
over his
that?
shoes.
Is he able to stand in that spot? Because what's his name's prone. Don't they take 2 spots?
That's true. That would mean he'd need to go one more.
Not that I like his positioning at all. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't think that
Nope.
helps you.
Nope.
Should have
But-
shut your mouth.
Well, I mean, he could have tripped over the dude's feet as he was going past him.
All right. Well, to be fair, that was definitely a move and attack. So, yeah, we'll take it. Shots on goal.
Actually, that means Hayden's in a rear hex for him.
Yep. You're starting a rear. for him.
No, he is not. Yes, he. Oh crap, he is.
What? Oh,
You took your finger off the
Holy crap.
piece.
I hit.
Who are you hitting?
I hit Sir Randall. I did not expect that.
I didn't expect it either. Hold on.
Ooh, 5 fell down. He was the one with the lantern. We'll deal with that in a minute. No, 5. 5 was one with so much. 4 has the lantern.
Yeah. 4
Yeah.
had the lantern.
4 is the one that
5
just tripped.
Yep, and fell backwards away from the oily substance.
Wow. Well, you're looking like you know what you're doing.
I do know what I'm doing. And I'm super confident about it.
All right.
I just hope
4.
Inara can see it all.
I know, right? Let's see.
You
We're gonna
are
go-
great.
Scatter. Well, yeah, I guess it will matter. So 1 will be north. 2, it's gonna go that way.
Does that mean I
And
have to say Sir Randall in the Willow voice?
I guess you are the Willow of the
see,
group.
I'll use Spencer's reaction here. So, on a bad reaction, the lantern will break open. It is neutral. I suppose that means it's on its side, but it's not broken open. So, where's that thing for that? That's not a grenade. That is.
Yeah, I guess a good it would just go out or snuff itself, which could be bad too because it just plunges us all into darkness.
Yeah, my leg's trying to cramp up on me.
Actually, what happened to the
We'll go
lights?
with that. Did the lights go away?
Yeah.
Is anybody else not seeing the lights?
Like the candle light that Hayden was holding is not
Yeah, because he
lighting.
doesn't have it anymore.
He does. He still has the effect.
Oh, yeah. I'm not seeing any lights, I guess.
Well, it doesn't really matter at this point. We're just going to pretend that's all fine. I've got enough problems to deal with. All right, so the lantern landed where it, as indicated, it did not break open, so it is not burning anything at the moment. So, number 4 just tripped. He is going to try to right himself at this point. Da, da, da. Up he gets. Number 5 landed flat on his damn face. And he is also going to attempt to right himself. He will enter his rear hex rather than his fore hex. Like so. Number 6 is running out of room over here. How many bad guys do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 3. Effectively. No, we're still okay. We don't look great, but we're still okay. I think I am going to run by this guy though. Get in this get in this poppy guy's face here. Stab. Yeah, it's a bit wild. More swing. Not even close.
Is there a way I can use that against him, like a post or counter?
No,
Or...
that is it's kind of a I don't know what to call that. It's one of the bad parts about the way the rules work is that if you don't actually have anything to parry, you can't set up a riposte or anything like that. It's kind of weird. So Inara has secured a weapon. It is a fire poker.
Sweet.
Sir Riddle.
All right. Well, things are getting a little tight around here, so I'm going to. I guess it's going to be flurry of blows, -3 for each attack, 1 on 3 and 1 on 6.
Damn. Did you buckle your swash before you got up?
Absolutely. I forgot I should have had a +1 to that. Maybe I did get it. I don't remember. Let's do a swing and stab. So swing at 3. Oh yeah. Suck it.
3.
Stab.
I think I did moving attacks all around. And
Yeah, you did.
Can't parry, so we have to dodge. And dodge we shall. And not well. How about you? This is really sad.
Is he getting stabbed and going to the ground?
Yeah, you hit them both.
Well, there's that's on 3. That's a cut.
3.
And since I'm just going for whatever I can, because where is my table for
Is that still on 3?
Yes, this will be on 3. He is getting it in the leg, in the knee. Wow.
Ow! Okay, what's the max on that? Is by 3 or
Yeah.
quarter. So that's gonna be 2.5. Call it 3.
That's still going to be a lot of damage because that's what 7.
Okay, well that is a crippling.
Guns. Yep. And stabby on 6 is going to be
Hang on, let me sort this out real quick.
From?
Wow. Well, he's gonna fall down, but he's okay for the moment. Yeah. So you are going that way. Good.
okay. So he goes down. So this is the location for
That totally makes sense. You went for the leg.
and skewered him in his in his
Damn,
groin.
man.
Oh.
And Maurice, and, you know, right as he did that, Maurice is stepping out of a room to see that, and he's like, "Ugh, I'm not his rival anymore." Oh, that was cutting too, wasn't it?
No, this one is
No, that was a stab.
impaling.
Oh, that because that would have been
Stabby.
But impaling to
Ow.
the groin, that's still what, half again as much. So it's 6
Uh,
to the
Does that get the extra damage as vitals? I don't remember.
I don't
No,
think
it doesn't. Just shock penalty.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I think
But
it
it's
should just
still
be like
times 2.
But Randall now has kebabs.
kebabs.
Yeah, his sword is now off balance because it's got extra weight on the other side.
Uh-huh.
You are great. Da, 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 da.
Unsurprisingly.
Well, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that Hayden was about to come up and take out number 3, I was actually going to try to disarm one of these dudes.
Ow. Just ow. Turn.
I think we're the.
It's
Oh,
still
wait.
the same place it's always been.
Well, not when I minimize.
That
it
is
to make it
that is a vitals hit though. Or it's does that count?
treat as a torso hit. I don't know.
But he suffers double shock.
Yeah, double
wait,
shock. And gets
No, that's from crushing damage. But he gets a -5 to knockdown
And
rolls?
minus, yeah, so it's like a vitals, which means he's not stunned.
That's odd, but okay. So
I'd be pretty. Oh, he's out cold.
He's gonna nope out for now.
the
So
entire combat pauses for a round.
Hayden is going
Even
to do a move and
Pain
attack.
looks uncomfortable.
I'm assuming Hayden can't get into the rear hex now.
Oh, he has not ever seen you. Well, I guess he's face up, so
Well, he's coming from the rear hex, yeah, but it's a little funky here. I may go ahead and give that to you. Well,
'Cause it's
but
all
he's on
kinda
the floor
happening at-
though. He's on
well,
the
he's all
ground.
ki-
You can't get behind him anyway.
but you're gonna get the bonus for him being on the prone.
Yeah, he's lying face up.
Alright, so Hayden's doing a move and attack, spending fatigue. He'll move there. He's going to telegraph stab to the vitals.
That's not very gentlemanly.
No,
These people aren't very gentlemanlike.
Although, yeah, these guys are considered pretty low quality, not low quality, but lower. What's the word I'm looking for? there?
Status?
Low status, yeah, maybe.
So
Wow.
with the telegraph, that's a +4. So that's a hit.
Well, it's +4 -3 for the vitals, so +1 total still. All right. And he does get a chance. Right. Yeah, he got
Lying prone,
he got his knee caught
face
out.
up.
Yeah, he doesn't
His
have
chances
much of a
are
knee.
not great.
Actually, since he was prone, that means Hayden is going to have a -2 to target him, isn't he?
No,
Not when
that's
you're
for
standing.
ranged.
Yeah, for range. In fact, you get a your melee attack
It
to a
depends.
prone.
No, it's fine. It's just, I mean, it's that the thing I
Yeah.
have isn't.
Anyway,
super
he's
clear.
got at least a -3 for being prone, and then probably a further minus for being lame.
Yep, he's
+2 for
absolutely
the
lame.
telegraph.
Yeah. Oh well, that's true, but that's not going to be enough.
Oh, I guess you do get a -2 unless you're. I
All
always
right.
thought it was like a -2 unless you were standing right next to him or something.
And then Hayden
that-
will finish his move and
depends.
attack
Ah, okay.
by stepping there.
Yeah, I guess you could do that. Yeah. Okay. How much is that? Well, that was kind of weak damage, but
But
That
it's to
did go to the
vitals,
vitals,
that's a
so
9.
it's probably not going to matter. Who is that? That's number 3.
Yep.
Oh, right, and he's the one that got hit in the knee. Yeah, God help him. 9, you said? Yeah. I don't think he's going to get back up.
Was it a major
So
wound to the
he's
vitals?
just done.
Beg your pardon. Carry on.
Step and disarm attempt, which is probably not going to be great. He's
I haven't done that one in a while.
kneeling. He's kneeling, so I may have missed.
Well,
I missed by 2.
yeah, but you're not going at him. You're going at the weapon. You're doing a
And
disarm.
that is only the -2 is only to hit torso. Oh, to hit your torso, groin, legs with a ranged attack. No penalty to strike other hit locations if they. So yeah, it's only ranged.
Let's see. It's been a while. I'm going to have to remind myself how that
401.
works.
5.
Knocking a weapon away.
Okay. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. You have an extra -2 to hit unless you use a fencing weapon. Okay,
Yep,
but you are
mine's a
using a
fencing
fencing weapon.
But he's kneeling. Hence, I think I get a -2 against
No.
the target because he's kneeling.
Yeah, but the question is, do you target the weapon?
Page 551. The only time you get a penalty for him being kneeling is if you're using a ranged attack, and you're not going after his torso, groin, or legs. So
I believe this means you have to strike at the weapon, in which case you
it doesn't. You don't
Then I
get a
missed.
penalty.
missed.
Oh yeah, that's a different story.
I don't know how many bennies you got.
Not enough.
Dora has secured a weapon. She has some form of club or another. Probably something she stuffed under the mattress in case somebody got a little too frisky. Okay. Number 2. What is number 2's status? Number 2 has been shot. Number 2 is not pleased with this situation. He will attempt to extricate himself. But first, he will fail to remain conscious. You are done. Number 3. Should have skipped him already. Number 4. Now I got a guy swinging a small sword in my face. And at least 3 out of 5 buddies here are looking like they're not getting back up. I think I've had enough. I am going to stand and remove myself a little farther away.
He can't move if he's from kneeling.
Shush.
You can move
I really
1/3.
hate that rule.
From a kneeling, you can move 1/3 his movement.
That's true.
Yeah, but you can't stand.
Right, but it's kind of ridiculous.
Is he
I don't want to modify the rules in the
surrendering?
middle of it, but no, he's okay. He was right there. I think he's going to end up going this direction instead, and we're going to call it at least 2. So he's basically got to scoot away. He's in the process of trying to get up. We'll call it that.
So is he still considered kneeling?
Yes.
Sweet.
Number 5 was kneeling. Number 5 has not been injured. He's the lucky one here. Yeah. This guy is apparently an expert swordsman. I have faced off with the swordmaster. Let's not face that off. And I'm in a similar situation. I hate that.
Are the Z guys absolutely out of the fight?
They are unconscious, yes.
Gotcha.
Number 6 is unconscious. Off you go. Inara has emerged from the door yet again with weapon in hand.
She's got a pistol.
It's not a pistol. It probably should have been, though, now that I think about it.
Let's see. Got a body in front of me. I got a small squeeze space beside. I don't know what that does. I mean, if I know, how would that work? Can I share the
okay.
space with the body?
Back up. Let's see. That was the guy you stabbed in the crotch. So he's basically fallen to his knees at this point, and he's still falling over.
Gotcha. He's like, gotcha.
Yeah,
He
he's
struck to
doing
the head as he's falling.
that. You will note that, based on body language, that number 5, and number 4, the fight has left the building.
Of course it did. I came out.
Yeah, exactly. They saw Spencer and they're like, and we're done. Then I will level my sword at 5 and attempt to drop your weapon and surrender.
Sir.
So,
Well,
don't have intimidate. Maybe I use my command voice in leadership. I don't.
yeah, I don't think it works that way. Okay, we're going to consider that in the process. We'll see how the rest of this goes.
Crap. Okay, it didn't matter.
Turn.
Mark, hit the button.
Moving and presenting his sword at the guy, saying, "Surrender."
He's probably just gonna step. Spencer's just gonna step and hold the weapon like he has some vague idea of what he's doing.
All right, so would I be interpreting this correctly to say that you guys are ending the fight unless they behave hostilely?
Unless there's a reason for us to continue this fight.
Okay, let's do this way then. For the record,
Does Captain Hayden have intimidate?
I will
No.
allow the group an attempt here. So whoever's the best at it.
Probably gonna end up being me somehow.
So somebody can make
Yeah,
an
I have
intimidate,
it
or
at
well, actually, you
9.
could use whatever influence skill you want here. Just it may affect the results.
Yeah, I have it at 9.
I have it at 9 as well.
Okay, then yeah, it wouldn't be me.
Well, you have demonstrated your quality here, and you have the numbers advantage at the moment.
So that may put it up to like 11, maybe 12. Oh man, for a second there, I thought that was gonna be even better.
I know,
Yeah, well,
I
even with
know.
a 9, even with just that, that's a
No,
success.
that's weird.
Yep.
For some reason, my dice in the quick bar turned colors. That is also weird. Why is it rolling from her? Is it because it's her turn? I did not know that did that. Okay, well, so your command is to
Drop
stop
your weapons,
running
sir.
away.
Yep.
Shout
Drop
in
your weapons.
Spanish. Shouting
Also-
in Spanish.
Also in Spanish. They will comply. All right. Well,
Well,
yeah. So
unfortunately for Maurice, he's like in a prime position for Inara to accidentally shoot him because she just sees someone moving up the stairs.
And Randall
Nobody
probably
will
left the
blame
pistol. It's like bam.
now
But
she
you totally knew that was him, didn't you? No.
she grabbed the fire poker and came out of that door, and she almost took a swing at Maurice, and he jumped back a little bit.
With a girlish scream.
No, he was very manly about it.
I don't believe you.
A little cursing in French. So yeah, that was, all of 7 seconds, and you managed not to allow any of the fires to catch. Good job.
Well, yay on us.
All right, well, let me see where we are. So the butcher's bill. No fires to put out. Good job. Injured. None of the good guys are injured. We have 3 bad guys injured. One of them was stabbed in the vitals and is probably not going to make it.
Well, I'll see what I can do. Dora, I'm going to need your hands.
Where's the damn... No, I don't want that. I want that. Okay, let's see. We had number 3 had his knee practically severed, and then he got stabbed somewhere else. No, that was the one that got stabbed in the vitals. Yeah, he's the one that's probably not going to make it. Number 2.
He might make it. I might be able to do something. Probably
Number
not,
2 was
but
the
that's
one that
okay.
got shot. He is only at -1 hit point, so he's not too bad off. No, wait, no, he's 3. -3.
Make up your mind.
And number 6, which is the one that got stabbed in the junk, is actually not below health. So he will recover, although he may be singing soprano from now on.
Well, I've already figured out what I'm going to be. I'm going to pick up. I don't know why I didn't have that before. I'm going to pick up disarming.
And the 2 surrenderees, 5 and 4, were uninjured and were very close to fleeing. All right, so no fires and medical attention. So you have 3 patients to see to.
Triage
Inara will come over and help.
first person.
And apparently you recruited Dora to help as well.
Of course, you have to have pretty nurses. Otherwise, why be a doctor?
Now the question I have here is whether or not you brought your kit over to the hacienda.
Well, we were sort of planning on going into the jungle, so he probably does have his kit.
How much did that weigh?
I don't remember.
I know it was heavy, but I
I have to
don't
look.
remember how heavy.
Let's see. Where's it at? Woo! Okay, right. The medical chest. I might not have that. That might still be on the boat.
How heavy was it?
28 pounds.
Oh, well, that's not that bad. I mean, it's heavy, but it's
Well,
not that heavy.
I have a 10 strength, so
Right. Well, if he's just going from here to the hacienda, he can take that. But as far as taking it into the jungle with you, well,
yeah,
we'll see.
probably not.
And maybe.
We're all
Depends
gonna
on what you
die
guys
in-
decide to do with it. Okay, so yeah, just to get the mechanical stuff out of the way, you can go ahead and make the make your first aid rolls, I guess. And if you brought that with you, then you'll have the benefit of that here.
That is
And unless you roll really crappy, you're probably going to do the best you can because you got plenty of assistance. You got Inara and Dora here, but you've also got some of the servants. While he's figuring that, you have essentially 5 prisoners at this point,
and you can talk smack to Maurice for not doing anything, Mark.
2 of which are uninjured. Well, he did have to come down the stairs. It was only 7 seconds.
That's an excuse.
Maurice is upset you didn't let him. Didn't leave any for him. He also didn't see how cool you were.
Honestly, I think the only ones that did were the dudes Mark was fighting. Because by the time I get out there, it's almost over. Hayden is, in super aim mode and it's like concentrating on his target.
Who's that roll for?
Oh, right. I mean, do I need to do how many?
Yeah, one
do I need
each.
to do all?
You got 3.
Okay.
We'll just go in number order. So 2, 3, and 6. All right. Looks like they're all gonna make it. Go ahead and roll it. What was it? D6 minus 3?
For what? The stuff?
Recovery.
How much you get? 1D minus 2 in this tech level.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll that for the 3 of them.
Yeah, I have that
See how
written
they end up.
down.
Seems legit. Wow, that sucks. That's better.
And that sucks again.
And that sucks.
Well,
better
it's not
some
like
than none.
these guys, it's like not like these guys are necessarily going to get out of here alive after
Well,
Reed does his thing.
actually, at this point, they're all gonna make it.
Until Mr. Reed has them strung up for
Well, that's another matter.
assault and attempted murder and attempted arson.
Okay. And Sir Randall's guilt complex will not come in because nobody got hurt. Okay, there's the mechanicals out of the way. So, as you guys are sort of getting cleaned up and everybody else is coming around, you will see. Sorry, need pictures.
Now Lieutenant Rogers is
Maurice.
gonna feel really bad in the morning because he missed this.
Maurice shows up down there and he's sad that he missed the fight, but looks like you guys got it cleaned up. Clearly they weren't much of a challenge. And as you guys are sort of poking around there, he's looking at the he's looking at the barrels and the oil and everything, and he says to Randall, "This seems familiar, no?"
Oh yeah, I just remembered that. They tried to blow up our ship, didn't they?
Indeed.
Yep. Yeah.
That was
Fortunate.
totally out of character. That was just me going, "Oh yeah."
So Spencer is tending the wounded as Gordon comes down from the upper floor as well with some difficulty. He sets the servants helping with the injuries and start cleaning up the oil. And what you notice about him in this case is he's very angry. He's not afraid. And after a lot of cursing and thrashing about a little bit, at which most of the servants stay well clear of him, you catch him muttering a little bit, something about, must be Jorge, or no, Carlos. He'll not get a penny of what's mine, damn him.
Damn that Carlos.
Well, we can find out who sent them. We have 2 to interrogate.
One of the servants informs Mr. Reed that one of the other servants who was at the door was clubbed over the head. Looks like he's going to be okay, probably.
I'll check him out as well.
He's like, and you wouldn't call that concern in his voice. He just asked, is he going to make it? Is he going to be okay? And yeah,
Think
so
is that the term?
do it.
Oh,
Yeah, I couldn't think of the right term there either. Okay, prisoners. So the Mr. Reed will turn his attention to the guys that are there and get a very evil look in his eye.
Something vexes him.
It appears something vexes him. But at the moment, you guys are in control of the prisoners. So while the medicing was going on, what will Hayden and Payne have been doing with them?
asking them, well, who are they? I mean, the answers that
speak
we're
Spanish?
looking for. Yeah, I do.
Right.
Accented.
Hayden doesn't.
But the questions, I guess the big ones are: who are they? Why, who sent them? What was their purpose? In no particular order.
Okay. So you're just basically holding him at sword point and
Who, what, where,
demanding
why?
to know the
Yeah.
answers.
Yes.
Fair enough. So, I am going to consider the results of the intimidation in effect, and they will answer accordingly. And say that they were hired by Benito the Fence.
To the fence. Don't know him.
He supplied the oil, and he's taken orders from somebody else. They don't know who.
Is this all of them?
All of who?
The ones that came here? Are there any of your friends
Oh, at
lurking
the
about,
house.
or have escaped prior?
Well, they didn't expect to meet a swordmaster.
No, they didn't. He will say it is just us 5.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, who are they? Where who hired them? Benito. What were they say they're just hired to set fire to the place? Anything else?
Ah, okay. For the record, you did kind of get the feeling he was holding back a little bit,
Yep. So
like
I'll
telling you
probe.
just enough of the truth that maybe you'll leave him alone. So you
Nope,
poke at him a little and
Yep. I don't.
more info.
Yep.
He will add that they weren't actually hired to do the arson. That was a side mission. They were actually hired to gather supplies, and we're supposed to be going on a trip into the jungle.
Okay. So so they were hired to gather supplies, but they took a side quest to set fire to the building? Is that some?
So Benito came to them tonight and said, "You guys take this, go burn that house.
Gotcha.
Nobody gets out alive." He said it just like that.
Okay. Nobody gets out alive, and they're planning an excursion into the. So Benito is planning, or the person who hired Benito is planning an excursion into the jungle?
He cannot answer that.
Okay.
He knows Benito is working for someone else,
Gotcha.
and as you guys are questioning, and Reed is down there once he finally collects himself a little bit, and he's basically staring over your shoulder at this guy, trying to kill him with his eyes.
Right. Is there anything else that
And
anyone else wants to know?
when he mentions Benito the Fence, he says, "Yeah, I know that guy. He's small time."
Well, I guess we're going to have to pay this Benito a visit to find out who hired him to hire these guys. Work our way up the chain.
As you guys are talking, you'll also hear Reed turn to one of his servants and say, "And go fetch me this guy that I don't have a name for."
Bob,
Robert.
Jose,
Bob.
Roberto. It's Roberto.
Let's see what else. Right. So, Reed will get all yelly and stuff and grab the guy by the scruff and shake him real good and bump him against the wall just to make sure he's not got anything else to add.
Lie to me and I'll cut your heart out with a spoon.
Why a
Something
spoon?
like that. And the guy said, "That no more. I don't know anything else. That's it." And he will throw him to the ground very roughly
Very roughly.
and let you know that I've sent for my crew. They're going to come here and post guard on the grounds.
Some pipe-toting Spaniards.
Yeah, his pirate crew.
You come here with, let's see, are pliers around? I know blowtorches aren't.
With a pair of tongs and a slow match.
There you go.
In the meantime, if you guys bring me this Benito or whoever's responsible, or just word of whoever's responsible, I will sponsor you in total on your expedition.
Very
Okay.
nice.
It'll be a little while before anybody else shows up. Do you guys want to, since you guys were in control of the prisoners at this point, and then you've got a chance to do something with them before he does, assuming anybody wants to do anything specific with the prisoners?
I have no.
I would say probably leaving them with him.
Well, turn him over to the legal authorities.
Yeah. But
Hayden
that's
will
probably
ask, what exactly do you intend to do with them?
He knows everyone on the council. They will not get any leniency from the magistrate here, I can assure you.
He's going to cut their heart out with a spoon.
He may bribe somebody to allow him to cut their heart out with a spoon. So, that said, like I said, it's going to take a little while before his guys show up, but they do show up, and they look like a rough sort themselves. And he busies himself talking with them, getting guard rotation set up. So there's going to be a buzz around the compound for a little while before things start to die down again. And by the time it does, it's probably going to be morning.
All right. Well, I'll make sure all my stuff is where it should be and properly accounted for and double checked before I, make any kind of going back to sleep. I guess how late or early?
Oh, you figure you got an hour or two before sunup, so you could sleep a little bit. But officially, It is Tuesday.
But for me, it was Tuesday.
It was. So, with that, the remainder of the morning will go more or less uneventfully. When you wake up, there will be people wandering around the grounds.
Now we find out if Rogers is dead.
Well,
Tragically.
Rogers hasn't experienced anything overnight. Were you just sleeping on the boat? You didn't. I assume you weren't keeping watch or anything.
No, I was just sleeping.
Yeah. So the guys that were doing their watch rotations didn't bother you, and they're not aware that anything happened unless somebody actually tried to go send a runner. I didn't
don't
think to
know who it
ask if you were
was.
going to inform anyone.
Yeah, why would we?
I don't know. Maybe to let the crew know that something happened.
Yeah,
No, we wanna-
maybe.
Then again, it was
Oh.
only a couple hours before sunup, so you could always wait. Or you could sleep in. Up to
Well,
you guys.
we're also tasked to bring this guy in, and if we do, we get free and clear sponsorship. So, and I'm gonna guess that we're probably in a race with Bonsignard on that too.
Should let him
And-
know about the shark. We may have gotten the shark that ate his man.
Well, we could tell him that. But also, Benito doesn't know that we've caught his people. So if we
Well, that
take
is
the
an
opportunity,
assumption.
well, we assume that he doesn't know yet. I mean, so we can probably try and get to him before he rabbits.
All right. Well, let's do this way. What is Lieutenant Rogers going to do at sunup?
He's going to inspect the ship. Is Davino's with him?
Davino is not.
All right. If I'm by myself, I'm going to simply inspect the ship, and I think I will keep an eye out and watch any traffic coming into the harbor.
So you're going to stay on the ship.
Yes, because I don't think is anybody else on the ship.
Yeah, there's still 2 men on watch.
Well, if that's the case, I'll head into the harbor.
All right.
Into the harbor. He's just jumping right in to attack the sharks.
That makes sense.
That's balls.
Those foul sharks.
We know who's not
Indeed.
ballsy.
Yeah, this dude here, Jose.
Number 6. Okay. Where are you going specifically once you get ashore?
I think I will go to where I know Captain. I think I will go to. Now I knew that they all went to the hacienda. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, then maybe perhaps I will just start to move up to the hacienda in the hopes of meeting them.
Let's say you do that. You will catch up as they are preparing to do whatever they're going to do, and now we'll ask, what are they going to do?
Yeah,
Your
I don't
business
know.
for today. So, I have a number of items that you may consider. You have investigating the attack. You have investigating the Sharkman. And you have planning your expedition, which you have not done.
Right. I'm going to do the planning the expedition thing.
Also, I don't believe that Haydn has been topping off his laudanum of late.
Oh. Well, no, I've been doing that during the prep for sailing.
Have you?
Yeah, because he's like, tasking me to do it.
Oh,
I have quite a lot
Completely
of
forgot about that.
doses, but
I knew you had quite a bit, but I knew that you were trying to top off every time you stopped somewhere, and I'd forgotten that you had actually tasked Spencer to handle it.
yeah,
Never
I'll
mind
give
then.
him the money for it.
You'll get that sorted. However however you usually do that. I just figured I'd remind you. So you guys will basically be at breakfast in the morning and wrapping up there when Rogers shows back up and say, "Well, did you sleep well?"
What do I glean from their eyes?
We're tired.
Deprivation.
Yeah. You missed a horrible orgy.
Damn it! No, seriously. You all look like you've been up and had a bit of a rough go.
Lieutenant Rogers will also have noticed that there are a bunch of swarthy, rough fellows wandering about the hacienda, watching out for things.
So I missed some fun, did I?
Well, I wouldn't call it fun, but some ill-tempered fellows attempted to burn down the house.
You're joking.
I am not.
Well, perhaps I'll go see the owner of the hacienda and offer my assistance.
He is at the other end of the table.
Yep.
So everyone's just having breakfast, are they?
Yeah. Well, like I said,
Probably
they're
just sort of
wrapping up
planning
here.
out
So
planning out the next course of action.
All right. Well, then I will just join you and listen in.
very well. So, yeah. So Reed is going to be asking what you guys intend to do, specifically if this attack has dissuaded you at all in your efforts, if you intend to continue. And you can tell from his expression that he does not expect you to say yes or no. Excuse me.
Wait, which one's the no to? There were two questions.
If this will dissuade you from your goals, and you would say no.
Doesn't Sir Randall have like obsession with treasure or something?
Yep.
So he's like, yeah, he's probably like, oh no, this is making him even hungrier.
It's fame and fortune, long-term goal to Overless.
He will inform you that he has some shipping business to be about today, so he is going to be in and out a bit, and says that the hacienda is at your disposal in the meantime.
All right, and Mark wanted to get the dude. What was the guy's name again?
Benito.
Specifically Benito Vaca, aka Benito the Fence.
So I guess we have to look around for this dude.
So, just to be specific, what is Sir Randall's plan here for right now? And bearing in mind that you have no idea where you're actually going as far as the expedition, and you have made no plans in that regard.
Well, we've also we got that reflection, right?
So you have a
from
bearing.
last week. Yeah, so we can like at least look at get some decent maps and try to figure out what's there. Granted, you're not
Specific
going to
to
have.
Sir Randall at this point. What is your mission?
Prepare and go after Benito because.
Okay, so you are going to look around for that guy.
Yes.
Hayden.
He'll probably help with the preparations.
For the expedition?
Yep.
Okay. Spencer?
I was gonna be working on the expedition preparations, but
Okay.
I'm not positive if I have enough information or the appropriate skill set for that.
Maybe enough. All right, Rogers.
Oh, I'll go and find Benito.
All right, so we're going to split up into two groups. We got Rogers and Sir Randall going after Benito. We got Hayden and Spencer doing the bookwork. Excellent. How should we split that up? So that means Dora will stay in one group, and Inara will, at least initially, see if you want her to go along with you looking for this other guy. This Benito fellow, Sir Randall. Not paying attention.
Benito, get him.
Inara.
Oh, she's welcome to come along.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna
Standard
put you...
operating position for him is
Position.
or standard op would be if she's wanting to come along, or he'll invite her along and give her the option to say no.
Fair enough.
Unless it's too perilous.
I need to make that an SOP. So those of you doing what I will call research, where are you going to start that?
That's why I said I'm not sure if I have the appropriate skill set.
I'm not talking about skills. I'm talking about locations or people.
I need maps of the interior as big as or as good as they have, which I acknowledge are not going to be great in 1725. But
And will you ask your host?
sure,
Maps. Yes, well, maps he has. You can come with me.
jolly good.
All right, excellent. We have moved forward. All right.
And we're going to get beaten,
So
aren't we?
let me at this point, kind of a diversion here. What is the group's expectation of what the bad guys are up to here? Specifically, the why question. Why are they doing this?
Because we're PCs and they're here to make things difficult for us.
I don't have a good way to ask this question.
Well, they're clearly trying to keep us from this place for some reason.
They are Templars protecting the Templar treasure.
Damn Templars. Yeah, it's something like that, or maybe it's like Black Pearl, where they're like cursed and tied to the thing. That's
know
why
what,
they
strike
turn into
that.
shark people.
Strike that question. We'll hold that for later. Let's see which one of these do I need to deal with first? That one's going to take longer. Let's deal with Benito first. So, you are going to hit the streets to look for Benito the Fence.
Yes.
Who has Streetwise?
Well, let me check.
I don't think either of you have Streetwise.
Does
I know who
anybody
has
have
Streetwise.
Streetwise?
Inara does.
Nope,
Does she?
no streetwise.
Yep, she does.
I think you're right. Well, all right. It's going to be on her then. You guys can help though. Do you want to use a skill to assist?
Yes.
Mark wants to use sex appeal.
No.
Eh,
I will use fast talk.
Seems reasonable.
And in that, just we're not a threat.
So that'll be fine. Yeah. What about Rogers?
Well, can I assist him in that?
With more fast talk?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. Okay, this is just kind of a wider abstract here, but so you guys can both roll your fast talk and get her the assist,
Unless you fail.
unless you fail, in which case you make it worse.
But
All right,
you didn't
then.
fail.
You did not, and as a result, she did not. All right, so a little bit of poking around. You let Inara tell you who to ask, and you guys will locate who everybody is telling you is Benito the Fence and his shop. It appears to be a pawnbroker. Where's my chat? As you guys are starting to go around town, actually you're spend a lot of time out of the walls into the barrios, and you will note that outside the walls, around the spot where they found that guy that got eaten by the shark, that there is a red-robed fellow asking questions around there and pointing at the area where the man was recovered. It seems extraneous at the time. You will later, after the questioning, arrive at a warehouse wherein it is reputed that Benito the Fence does his work. What will you do with this? Will you stride up to the door and knock?
Well, we can let Inara.
Those coffins.
Are those what?
Those aren't
Coffin?
coffins.
Oh,
Those are just weird
Yeah.
crates.
They're coffins.
Yeah, I
Your
mean, a
imagination.
coffin is just a crate for a
And there
dead
are
person.
5 of them. So I don't think those 5 guys were planning on or going to doing anything beyond
Coming
this.
back. Yeah, they were going to come back, mission successful or fail, and fail.
Bad boss.
He's a seller. He sells coffins sometimes.
Well, do we want somebody to cover the rear while 2 of us go inside in case he tries to wrap it?
I love that idea.
Who will be the backdoor man?
Oh, I'll be the back door. Sure.
Raj.
All right. Sir Randall and Inara walk up to the front door and knock on it.
Dunk, dunk,
Lieutenant
dunk.
Rogers will observe a man leaping out the back window and trying to make a run for it.
Oh, damn it. Here we go again. I
Time for
tell him
another
to
chase.
stop.
Another chase.
I tell him to stop. Or I'll
Cue
fire.
the chase. Chase music active.
You see his worried expression as he acknowledges your presence and does not acknowledge your words.
Damn it. All right, off I go. Chasey, chasey.
All right, just give me Dex, running, whichever you like. The guy's not particularly fit looking. Damn. Yeah, you were far readier for this than he was, and you catch him quite easily.
Aha.
How do you seize him? You just gonna grab something and hold?
Yeah, exactly. Grab
Okay,
by his
well.
shoulders, grab his cloak, whatever.
Do wrestling or whatever you got. What kind of grappling stuff you got? Wrestling it is. All right. He tries to wriggle free, but you got him.
I shout for Sir Randall to come around.
And we will approach.
You are now in the presence of who you presume to be Benito the Fence. He
Well-
doesn't seem to know much English, only no kill, no kill.
Well, thankfully, between the three of us, I think we can make one excellent Spanish speaker, especially since Inara is native Spanish. Well, Benito, we were here, we understand that you might have something against us. I don't understand what that could possibly be. So we're here to ask you some questions.
I'm not Benito. I work for Benito. Benito sucks.
Uh-huh.
I get the impression you don't believe him.
I do not believe him.
You don't believe him.
Well, I mean, one can say that about themselves, but that's between you and yourself, Benito.
What was the question?
Oh, I haven't asked a direct question yet. So, I guess we probably should take this off the street or off the back alley.
Well, maybe the back alley is appropriate.
Oh, that's true. Still, it can leave people. We can always frog march him towards the hacienda and ask him questions along the way.
Well, he will at least respond that I haven't attacked you. I don't even know you.
You haven't even given us a chance to talk, and you already started running.
That's because you look scary.
We're just
I like-
customers coming up. You run from every customer.
Right?
Just the scary ones.
So obviously you recognize us for some reason. Either somebody's told you about us, or you've seen us on the street, or you wouldn't have bolted.
I've never heard of a Sir Randall.
Uh-huh, that's right. Because
Wait, did I say that?
And it's like, you did. And I never gave you my name. So, Benito, we have it under great authority that the individual that that you tried to burn a hacienda down is not very pleased with you. And our guess is it's probably going to go very bad for you. So, I'm sure we can make...
It's already going really bad for me.
Well, okay, it's going to go worse for you. Maybe we can talk some leniency into what could potentially happen. If you just tell us what's going on, who hired you? Let's start there.
I
And a shark man lunges out of nowhere and eats
I know. It was hiding in a barrel in the
in
alley.
a barrel.
So, given that, let's break this down a little bit. And what would be your general approach? So, are you going to be using? It sounds a bit diplomatic here. Well, there's not any real give here. This is mostly just a demand. Suppose you could say savoir faire in this case.
Yeah.
He is lower class than you. How are you feeling about it? Or are you trying to intimidate?
I don't know. I guess it's
You haven't really threatened him.
yeah. We haven't threatened him, so I don't know if we want to go.
Well, he kind of has. He just
I kind of has.
hasn't-
It's just
he just hasn't come out.
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
I've alluded to that there is a threat
true,
by
you
the owner of the hacienda.
Well, we could try diplomacy, something to the effect of Benito. I think if you fess up to this to the owner of the hacienda, we'll have a way of staving off his wrath, so long as you deliver solid information.
Yeah, because we can always that wrath could easily be deflected to the person who's done it.
So, diplomacy noted. He will respond to that whole wrath business with, clearly, you don't know how much wrath he has. He's got a lot of wrath.
Something vexes him.
Would you want to discover how much wrath I have, Benito?
No,
Well, pick your poison.
I'm sure you got plenty. I don't need any.
Most of us don't enjoy the thought of burning to death in our sleep, Benito.
Is that a threat or a point?
Both.
Maybe it's a promise.
All right, go ahead and give me your
Yes.
diplomacy. And let's
I'll-
see. I think Inara will contribute in her usual
Yeah.
way.
Let's see. A possible way. I can do diplomacy as well, or fast talk. I don't know.
Okay, so remember the thing about fast talk.
Uh-huh.
Hang on, let me get this out of the way. Not that, she's likely to fail. So if you are attempting to manipulate somebody,
Right.
then you can make the fast talk roll to basically trick them and then apply that as a +3 to the other thing. So
Right.
in this case, you could, for example, do the fast talk to manipulate him to set him up for Rogers.
Yes. That.
It's a little weird, but it works.
Ooh.
Barely. I guess he gets his roll on that. All right. And then Rogers.
Succeeded by 5.
Oh, right. You already rolled. So 5. That's going to get you at least 6. And yeah, that's quite a bit. Damn it. It blanked out my. Yeah, there's something weird going on with the quick keys. Holy God, he failed that one hard. Okay. Yeah, so he starts to spill his guts.
Literally,
And
because the Sharkman attacks.
so first off, he was hired by some very scary people. One of them was really tall and had scraggly hair and a scary smile, and the other one was this weird woman with soulless eyes.
Ah, crap.
All right. I'm like, dang it. I describe a long.
And the other one,
well,
red-haired, kind of a funny face, and those people are super scary, and he figures he's dead no matter what he does here. They're totally going to kill him and possibly eat him. They just have that look on their face. He was hired to gather a crew for a purpose that he does not know. They are rough people, were intended to be rough people, and they were expected to be able to carry a load, i.e. our porters, and that they were going to take a trip into the jungle for some reason to some place they have not discussed. He was also to gather supplies for this journey, and those supplies were being delivered to a place he has not seen by these men. He was approached by the boss last night at some point and told to supply some lamp oil for a job that he was not informed about. Apparently that was arson.
Okay.
Also,
Has the supplies been
he-
delivered?
Also, sometimes he goes to mass and steals out of the collection box.
Wow, we really got him talking. And at one time when he was really young, he made a bunch of fake vomit and poured over the theater attendees. Gotcha.
And once at band camp.
Oh, band camp.
Well, okay. I guess we take him to the hacienda at this point.
What did they?
I thought you were going to let me
what did they
go.
give you? What did they give you for all this?
Money?
How much?
Not enough, apparently.
Apparently. No, we didn't say we were going to let you go, doofus. We said we would.
Advocate for leniency.
Yeah, that's it.
Does that word not mean let me go?
You steal from church collection plates.
Right?
Only occasionally.
Still,
It was just the one time.
be glad we're not going to go take you to see the cardinal.
That is not even fair.
I said we weren't. Be glad we aren't.
All right, so you guys are going to frog march him over to the hacienda.
Say
Oh,
again? Yeah, we're taking him back to the hacienda. Oh, did he say that the supplies were already delivered and provided?
Right.
Or were they arranged?
He said that they collected the last of it last night, or that was all he was told to fetch.
So everything that they needed, he collected. All right,
Yes,
so
everything he was told to collect has been collected.
Gotcha. Okay, so we can't intercept the supplies.
Well, not in transit.
Right. Well, then yeah.
All right. If you take him back to the hacienda, first off, he is going to try to escape.
Oh, we're definitely putting some bindings on him.
Then he will not escape. And when you arrive back at the hacienda, you will find that the other group is not there, but the crew is there, or rather, Gordon's crew. They will gladly take possession.
And we will advocate for some leniency as best we can.
Go easy on the guy.
He's just an idiot.
Oh, of course. In Spanish. So for the other
I guess
guys.
stupidity should be painful, so.
So Spencer and Hayden went with Reed over basically to his factory shipping office, and he will break out some maps that he has in there. And what you will see is he has. Okay, let me explain here.
Wow, that's an amazing map.
This map basically shows all of the known Mayan ruins. He does not know about all of these, but he knows
it's on the
about a lot
map.
of them.
I'm looking right at the map.
As I've said before in person, I don't know if I said it online here, but you can't throw a rock in the Yucatan without hitting a Mayan ruin. So, just looking for a random ruin won't get you where you need to go. Now, there are a number of these that are a little more well known, and also the names that are on these things are probably not the names that they know them as at this point. Some of these are more modern names, but I figured I would just leave them as is because you know what the hell they are, like Chichen Itza and whatnot. Now, most of these places Europeans have been to most of these places as the conquistadors and whatnot. They just didn't know what they were, or a few of them actually had people that were still living there that were original. Some of them had people living there that weren't originally from there. But that said, what Reed tells you about his map here and all these places, these are all the places that he's either been to himself or he's had expeditions that have gone there and reported back. So these are locations of places that he knows about. So, having said that, the information that you have is a bearing from the fort.
Yep.
So, your mandate as far as operational security here is going to be what?
Oh, let's see.
Because if you're trying to keep it from Boissinade, or if you're trying to keep it from Reed, then you will have to do this research without him here, and
Yeah.
in which case you have to convince him to let you go over the maps without his oversight. And I'm assuming that Sir Randall will have had that discussion about OPSEC with Spencer
Right.
before sending him on this.
Yes.
But was Spencer listening? Spencer clearly
That's
wasn't
another
paying
matter.
attention when he mentioned that.
Radio.
Well, Hayden was
Mark's
there
like,
too.
well, crap. So how does so the bearing, just thinking this through, is like probably in this direction, right?
Ish.
Yeah, that's where I'm running into the whole, I'm not sure if I have the skill set for that. And this is going to be one of those where he starts looking at the maps and realizes, okay, yeah, I wasn't trained to as a, I don't remember what the word was that we had found. It's not archaeologist.
Antiquarian.
Yes, that's the word.
Well, so I haven't got an answer from Sir Randall. So what is the official plan for OPSEC here?
Well, the things we definitely don't want to give up the bearing from to anyone but the primary players, the group here.
Now,
How to
bearing
get
that in
him-
mind, if you don't tell Gordon where you're going, he can't effectively sponsor you there.
Well, he just has to wait. So he can't effectively, or just won't, because there's a difference. If
Well, you
we
haven't
just-
asked, so
Right. But my thinking is, though, if he provides the supplies and the people, we're going to come back and tell them what we find. But
right. But how
only
much
on the
supplies and how many people for doing what?
depends on how far we got to go for carrying gear and equipment.
And he will have mentioned before that he was looking for the most promising prospect in this regard.
Which, if we find it, then we can. Oh, who has
Right,
the
but
most
you haven't
promising?
found it yet. Boissinade has a location.
Oh, he
Sir
said he
Randall
has a-
knows that it's probably wrong.
right. But
Looks like I'm going to have to restart Fantasy Grounds. It looks like it crashed on me for some reason.
See?
Yeah, it's so weird.
Okay.
What's the default from one navigation to the other?
I have land
I
navigation.
don't recall.
I have land navigation at 11.
I don't. What's this navigation thing?
So Hayden, Hayden has an opportunity to look at the maps right now, right?
He is. Well, we're trying to establish what the actual the pre-plan going into this is. So hold that thought, unless you want to contribute to the OPSEC discussion.
Basically, we're trying to keep our cards as super close to the chest. If we try and look at the map and take a bearing while looking at the map with them in the room, they're going to get an idea of where we're
Well,
looking.
What I was thinking is Hayden's quite skilled at maps and cartography and stuff. So he can look at the map and he can probably get bearings and stuff without actually doing anything.
Without putting anything to paper.
Yeah. And then he could misdirect by using the bearing that we faked and
Well,
take bearings to something else.
another option we could do is pretend like we have the similar bearing that we would have expected Bonsanad to have, because he didn't have the actual device to know that it wasn't going to line up straight north.
Well, if your objective here is to deceive him about where you're going, you don't need to necessarily get into the specifics at this point. But so the problem here is, if you wanted somebody to actually help you, then they're not likely to invest in the expedition if they don't know where you're going and
Right.
they don't know if you're actually going to be able to get there.
Right. So what we could say is we're going to place Y because that's our deception point, but we're really going to location X. But Y has to be reasonably true. And that's why I'm thinking if we go with the potentially the false direction that we would have, if Bossonad used the drawing to take a bearing from, then we could extrapolate what that false bearing would have been as well and say,
PC paranoia.
hey, we're going to go. So if it
Unless we
was
wanted to
north-
combine our forces and work together.
that's crazy talk.
Seems like a good idea to me.
Well, I'm not the only one leading this party. I guess I could be convinced.
If we work
Probably
together,
not.
the big boss fight at the end might be easier.
That never happened. That's for TV shows and works of pulp fiction.
Works of fission.
Yeah.
Or works of fission.
Works of fiction. Works of fiction.
It's a fair point. If this guy knows something,
Well, I am kind of interested in the description of the locations that he has been to. So, nothing else, Spencer's going to probably, accidentally try to get him to talking about that,
So
which may be an accidental diversion.
well, based on the current discussion, is anybody going to attempt to convince Sir Randall to team up in any capacity, either with Reed or with Bossonad or with both?
Well,
I'm absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
Hayden will suggest the advantages of it, but
And
he'll leave
when-
the final decision up to Randall.
And when Spencer mentions the advantages of it, he's going to be mentioning the financial advantages of it, because we're not exactly swimming in cash.
right.
So if we could get someone to actually sponsor the expedition proper, then that's money we don't have to spend. And yes, he inevitably betrays us because, well, look at him, man. He's going to cut someone's heart out with a spoon.
Right. Is there a way to speak with oh my goodness, I forgot his name.
And it's
Reed?
obvious that he's a secret thuggy.
Right.
Who are you trying to think of, Mark?
The hacienda owner, the guy who wants to
Reed.
sponsor
Reed.
Reed. I keep getting confused with Rogers for some reason. There's a lot of R names going on.
That's true.
Okay,
so-
Randall.
Right. That's part of me. It's okay. I will attempt to. So there is a benefit to getting Reed to pay for or provide supplies, but I have to convince him to be our patron, I guess, in this regard. What does he want out of it exactly?
Fame and glory.
If
Assuming
all he
you,
wants to know is, hey, we got there and this is what we found, then okay. But if he wants some, like, ridiculous percentage of the findings or something, then that starts really getting. Because the other thing that Randall's weighing is he must get there before Bossonad. If getting support by Reed gets him there sooner than Bossonad, that might be what sways him. But he's
well, not
also
to lead
wants-
you by the nose here, but
hold on. I'm
the-
going to do an intuition thing.
the specific wording of the wager was whoever sets foot in the treasury first,
Right.
and not necessarily who arrives at the site first.
So if we arrive at the site at the same time, then we kind of split ourselves to go hunt for the treasury in that location.
So that is a possibility.
There's
Yeah,
safety in numbers.
intuition's a good idea.
Yeah, I would throw an intuition out there. I think that's an intelligence roll.
Well, okay, if you're going to do intuition,
In
first
the
off,
box.
Okay.
actually, no, I take that back. I won't do that. How many answers do we have here? So is the question.
Do it ourselves.
Team up or don't team up?
Or do it ourselves without anyone's help. Do it ourselves with Reed's help alone, or team up. So 3.
Or all 3. Okay.
So it sounds like 3
questions.
3 potential
3 answers.
Team up, and then I guess in doing so, we're taking Reed's help because
Right.
I guess it could be 4. Team up with Bonsanad and say, no, we're not going to share our treasure with Reed. But
okay, I can buy that. You can roll it.
I'm going to luck that too.
All right then. Seems legit. Right. I was attempting to answer the question about his share. So, when you guys were previously talking about the possibility of sponsorship, he will have said that he would be willing to go for a captain's share. So, clearly he was making an assumption you guys were going to be splitting up the usual pirate way where everybody gets a certain share. And he just wants a captain's share. So, same as you. All right. Your gut, I am going to say, is telling you keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Okay. All right. After all the discussions with my closest friends and confidants, I'll tell them first. I believe they're all right and wise that maybe teaming up to get to the site is a better is probably the best option. And also with Bosanad and everyone together, there's also the potential that if we are set upon by the scary ugly dudes and chick, that we have
throw
numbers.
Bosanard at him.
Right, and run, because I'd rather hamstring Bonsanad than one of you to get out of there.
Thanks.
Very well.
Yes.
So dilly deet back to the present. So Spencer will have been told then ? That it's okay to give up the bearing.
Because, like I said, it sounds like more like Hayden's going to be the one doing the bearing.
So the plan is to go ahead and give up the bearing.
Yes, but we're going to do it very smugly.
Very smugly and very quietly. You're not giving it to Bosanad, just Reed.
No, just Reed.
Okay. So, that said, when Reed breaks out the maps, he shows you the maps, he tells you a little bit about these places, and then
That's a
turns
very
it over
fine
to
map.
you and says, all right, now, what do you have?
And
you will do something else because you're not here.
Yep, I'm going to do something else.
So that will be for Hayden. Hayden is going to give up the bearing?
Yes.
Very well.
But he's going to eyeball it first, so that he basically wants to investigate the map, so we know the information first, and then he'll sort of reveal.
So you're looking over the map and you're orienting yourself, and you're thinking, based on that bearing that we have, it looks like we're going this direction. It's probably that thing. And then as Reed is looking over, you give him the bearing and he's sort of talking through his navigation. The guy clearly knows his navigation. And he will point you to that place.
That seems awfully close.
It is kind of close.
It's only a yard away.
I know, right? I'm going to just step over there and
giant step.
There.
Yep.
One big step in the Yucatan.
So, yeah, he says, right, I believe that place is called the House of Itza by the locals. Maybe about 8-9 leagues as the crow flies. Now, of course, you'd have to hack your way through the jungle to get there straight away.
Why? There's a road.
No, there isn't.
There's a big
Your
yellow road.
imagination. There are no damn roads.
I'm sure it's paved in gold too.
But he says, but I know that there are paths there. I don't know them all myself, but I know I have a guide that have a tendency to use for these situations. He knows this area very well. He
Is
could get you
there-
to that place.
Any river access?
So, he will enlighten you about the topography of the Yucatan. Some of this which you have studied up on a little bit here and there, so mostly you're just catching up. But there are no rivers here. The Yucatan has no rivers. It is a flat piece of Swiss cheese limestone, and it's one of the weirdest places because of that. Apparently, there are subterranean rivers and sinkholes, what they call cenotes, that are it's just where the limestone is collapsed and exposed a pool of the underground water, and you can go through those water complexes, go all over the damn place.
We look forward to seeing your maps.
So he says, yeah, you're going to have to carry your water with you. There are a lot of the cenotes out there, but there are only a handful that may be in the specific area you're headed toward.
There really is no rivers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really weird.
Well, there are rivers, but they're more like just mangrove creeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no major rivers anyway. There might be some running water here and there, but more than likely, if you find fresh water, it's probably going to be a cenote. At any rate, so yeah, it's basically all forested jungle, and the wildlife here is not that bad. I mean, basically the largest predator out here is a jaguar.
Jaguar.
Freaking
There are plenty of snakes, though.
Gross.
The places where there is water, there are crocodiles, but probably not where you're going.
Ocelots.
So he ponders this location on the bearing and says, "Yes, I think maybe that could work. That fits the Boulay situation. It probably would be about 3 days. I think maybe
So-
you're right."
So what? 6 days plus a few days on site.
That's what you're thinking, yeah, or what you will be thinking when you guys get back together. So,
We'll have more.
Double
coming
it
back
for
because-
unexpected stuff.
Well, I figure we're gonna lose some guys, some porters, when we're there. So.
well, that depends on how you do that. So,
Plus, the inevitable snake bites.
and malaria. There are mosquitoes.
See, I don't understand what the big deal is because, based on what Google tells me, it only takes me about an hour to get there and costs 40 Mexican dollars from Campeche.
So, right. So, the two of you that are studying the map don't know about the Boulay stuff, but I'll add this
The more you know.
for the record.
Ching.
The Boulay expedition did take a number of trails. They were too small for carts. They were not roads. These are basically slightly better than the natural terrain. And if you were to take a straight shot through, it'd probably take you double the time. And that's hacking the jungle down in the way. And it's highly unlikely that's what Morgan would have done anyway.
Right.
So knowing that, you guys brought Benito back to the hacienda. After you guys have reviewed the maps and stuff, you feel like you know some things. You can also go back to the hacienda and gather your information. So, what I would like to do at this point is get some ideas of what you want to do as far as the preparations are concerned. So, Gordon, when he returns, will let you know that A, as he stated, he has a guide that can get you there. Definitely. He has been there, he knows the way. He will say
Wait,
that
he's been there.
yeah, there's lots of people that have been through there. Nobody's ever found anything.
Oh, okay. I'm like, but if he's been there, then okay, no, okay, I see what
Yeah,
you
the
mean.
Boulay expedition was there too, but they never found anything, not that you know.
It's not like the treasure's just laying out in the open.
Yeah, exactly. If it were, somebody would have already made off with it.
That's totally what's going to happen. You're going to find out there was a treasure and it's gone now.
And somebody made off with it.
The treasure that you find, or the friends you made along the way.
Right.
You also will know that there's an amount of provisions that you're going to need to take with you. You're going to need to get tents and that sort of thing for keeping up, but it's only for a 3-day trip out, 3-day trip back, and however long you intend to stay there. In the case of the Boulay expedition, they decided to stay for 3 days. They also took a number of porters with them, and the reasoning for that in the journal was that they expected to find a bunch of crap and have people to haul it back. They also took some mules. I think only a couple of mules in their case. At this point, you know that taking a whole bunch of porters is a possibility. Obviously, if it were just you, you would be hiring them. But since Gordon has agreed to go ahead and sponsor this, especially after you said that you are going to go ahead and work with Boissinat, then he's like, yeah, I'll cover you guys just to make sure you get there. And you could take a bunch of porters to carry stuff, and you will have to deal with people in that regard. You could also opt to take mules or something like that and minimize that exposure. But they're mules. You have to deal with that. You still have to provide for them and everything, but they can carry a lot more and won't slow you down as much.
And they can eat a lot on the way. I mean, there's still
Some.
And then if we needed to, we can kill a mule for food.
Exactly. You can't do that with porters.
We can
Well,
kill them for food.
You're
but
not supposed to. It's highly frowned upon.
we need to make sure our porters are strong, but really stupid and incapable of coming up with a decent plan to betray us.
I agree.
And they're all wearing red shirts.
Yep. And yeah, that's what we need. Yep, we have because red also helps us identify them, see them in the jungle. So if things happen to them, we can find them, so they don't get lost.
What I would like to get a decision on at this point, and don't worry about the number crunching. I got a spreadsheet for it, so we don't have to deal with all that. But so you got the PCs here, and who all are you taking with you? And Inara will ask if she is, if you want her to go or you want her to stay.
She's the one that's going to betray you. You realize that?
She can't. She's an ally. She has a loyalty of 20.
Well, it's going to be
But the
all
second part, so you got you guys,
PCs.
whoever you're taking with you. You've got Boissinat and his crew, whoever he's taking with him, which more than likely is just the named characters, because that's how it works. And then however many people you want to have hands on your stuff when you bring them back.
Well, I would say that our numbers match. So the number of people Boissinat and I would have to come to an agreement that we don't bring more crew or than each other. So if we bring 6 people, he brings 6 people. That kind of thing.
That's fair.
And then, but yeah, I like the unambitious porter.
The other use of the porters is for digging when you get there.
Yep.
You should specify that he's not allowed to bring any more PCs than we bring.
Exactly.
Well, but all his are NPCs.
No, I said PCs.
He doesn't have any PCs.
Exactly.
Or does he?
So do you want to favor humans, or would you rather just buy some mules?
Probably do a split.
Okay.
Mules and humans, because yes, mules are also going to be a lot easier to pack if we find stuff coming out. So the stuff going in gets eaten, leaving mules available to pack stuff out.
All right, how many guys do you want to bring? Additional? Just a handful, bunch?
I don't want like a no more than the total of Boston Odds in our group. So if there's
Okay, so
Yeah, you're talking
basically
about
double your
porter.
numbers.
well, that's what I mean. I don't want the porters to outnumber us if things get really
Right.
ugly.
So equal numbers or fewer?
I would say equal.
Equal. Okay, that's fair. So you'll probably end up with a dozen of you named crew people, including the PCs, and then a dozen porters, and enough mules to make up the difference.
Ooh, I'm going to use cartography on this expedition.
Hmm,
And
might
make
as
a
well.
map.
So am I. And I have artist drawing too.
Yeah. So
Oh, we can
having been
combine our
established,
skills.
Reed is going to pay for the porters and the mules. He's covering all that cost. He is also covering the cost of your gear. Specifically, he's got a bunch of gear already on site, so stuff that people have used for this expedition or that expedition, and he's perfectly willing to let you guys use that stuff again. You could also get your own shit. You could also, if you wanted to build your own tent, you could go grab some sailcloth off the ship and bring that along. So whatever you want to do in that regard is possible here, but you don't have to worry about the cost at this point.
Right. Well, I'm also operating on the presumption based off of the time period and the fact that most of us have a code of honor gentlemen that we're gonna probably want to leave the women in Campeche with the rest of like the crew keeping an eye on them or something.
Well,
That doesn't mean they won't decide to sneak after us though, because
so if you ask Dora what she wants to do, and at first she'll just kind of shrug.
I have to go, no, you can't do that. You have to actually answer the question.
She wants to explore.
And
she is an explorer.
She'll give you the me eyes ship sign.
Watch the ship.
What does Surrendel ask of Inara in that regard?
You could totally use guilt and ask her to keep an eye on Dora.
So you want to go on an adventure?
Or not?
Absolutely.
Then so be it.
You get to carry stuff. She's your baggage. So, having established that, you are not going to have to worry about. Well, okay. So, the next question is: do you accept Reed's guide, or do you want to do that yourself?
I guess we'll accept the guide, but we'll double check what he's doing.
Fair enough.
Because PC paranoia.
Indeed. All right. Given that you are going to use his guide, I am not going to have you worry about area knowledge or navigation in this case as far as the planning. Well, I guess you could, though, because you at least need to do your own navigation and compare what you are doing. So,
does anybody have land nav?
So, for starters, I need a land navigation roll. You guys have a compass available, so that counts as required equipment, I believe. Whoever has the better one.
It's not going to be me, because in navigation land.
Oh, I have 11.
I've got a compass.
I'm just checking the default.
I would have a 10 with the compass. I think it's at the +1.
I believe the compass is required equipment.
Okay, then I'd have a 9 since I don't have any actual points in it.
Well, we can always pool our collective brains and let someone roll.
You can't do that.
We can't?
You can.
Can. Oh, okay.
Well,
I say we...
Navigation on land does not have a default to sea navigation.
Let's
Which
see
I find
here.
odd.
Navigation C. Skill default, astronomy -5, seamanship -5, navigation air -2, or navigation land -2.
Land nav does default to cartography -4, if that's any better.
So Hayden will have
Leaves me
8.
at 9.
I'm the roller. I have 11.
All right. I do see under navigation land, it does. I've got defaulted here to navigation C -2.
Oh, well. Then
Oh, it does
then-
say air, land, and sea default to one another at -2.
Ah,
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
I thought that sounded weird.
Well, then we will assist.
And one of the two sailors clearly has a crazy high nav
Mhm.
speed.
Yep.
So my
Yep.
navigation C is 16.
So we're looking at an
17.
effective 14.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
17
the
for
two
Hayden.
of them could cooperate, and they're super freaking awesome. And I'm like, I'm lost.
Well, I can contribute too. I
So-
actually have land.
I'll have Rogers make the roll for an assist and assist Hayden, and we'll call that good.
Can you just, because is it just one person, or can Mark try to help too?
I guess he can. It's just
I think
You
you
might
can
wanna
get
do
2
something else.
assists.
there's not a limit. It's just
Well, I think there are some skills that have a limit.
Am
This
I
isn't one of
rolling? Am I rolling straight navigation C or at -2?
-2.
You get +1 because of the compass as well. I think it's
Actually, his
+1.
compass is
Or is it the map
better
that gives you
quality,
+1?
isn't it? As far as I know, the compass is required equipment for navigation. All right.
Compass gives a +1 to nav.
It's confusing because some places it says that and some places it says otherwise. We'll just we'll hand wave that. You made it by enough that it doesn't matter. So that is +2 to Hayden's roll, and he will end up with a success by 8 on the nav. So I need to make a note because we want prep points just in case. All right, so like the usual departure procedure, where did I put that thing?
Over there.
It is over there. So for the number 4 slot fitting out, we just did navigation, handled above, so we've got the rest of it. Spencer is the only one that wasn't contributing in the navigation. He could do administration if he likes. He will. And he will increase that by 4. Making note. Okay, and since none of the other PCs are here, maybe I'll let them contribute next time. We'll see.
And the leadership role for me.
Well, you made you helped out with the navigation.
Oh, darn it! Was I necessary for that?
Well, you contributed. You helped. That was a +1. So, given the current total, it looks like you would end up with 5 plot points, which
Well, I
is pretty
guess
good.
that's something.
All right, and that is that mechanical business out of the way. And given the time, so next question: when do you want to leave?
As soon as possible.
That sounds like a good plan.
So, as soon as everything gets gathered,
Make sure everyone gets a good night's sleep or 4.
without flammable interruptions.
Yes.
Let's see. He thinks he can get you there by, let's call that, damn it, what day is that? Today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you'll have an additional day in town to recover while the stuff gets gathered up and they go and find the guide and all that, and gather up the porters. And during that day, you guys are going to take your ease because you're about to go out into the bush for over a week. So you're officially 3 days on the site.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
the plan.
Yeah.
Sounds. Yeah.
I think we should
Alright.
add for a couple of plan for a couple of extra days, so that we're not, if we get stuck out
Okay.
there for whatever reason, we have some wiggle room.
Well,
That's
yeah.
probably fair. Okay, so in the extra day, is there anything that Rogers needs to take care of before going out into the bush?
Oh yes, I'm going to get a lot of pipe tobacco.
I thought he was gonna say he needs to go get into the bush before he goes out in the bush.
I was thinking the Modelo myself.
And
Maybe some of that.
yes, I'll equally toddle off to a body house and have some fun.
All right. So he's taking his ease. Is there anything that Sir Randall needs to take care of in that day?
Yes, appropriate clothing for going out into the bush for Inara.
Yeah, that's the thing. All right. In that day, is there anything that Hayden needs to take care of?
I don't think so. He's just going to make sure that he has enough laudanum to make the trip.
All right. Is there anything in that day that Spencer needs to take care of?
And I will say, if there's anything that the GM thinks that the players have forgotten, please mention it.
That's why you have plot points.
No, not really. He's probably just gonna hang out, maybe with Dora a little bit, play the cello, chill.
All right. Then we will move on to. It's not gonna be Thursday. Did I have that on here? Damn it. No, I didn't. It's gonna be 1st of March, 1725.
Ooh, 1st of March.
Uh-huh.
Hayden.
I need Captain Hayden to give me a health roll at -1.
Critical fail. Critical fail. Critical fail. Need to roll
In
an
the
18.
open.
Fit is included.
It does apply.
Oh my fucking god.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Hayden died. Holy crap.
You guys go to wake up Captain Hayden, and he does not get up.
Oh dear.
Cut to black. Cue the music. Roll credits.
Well done.
Wow.
Can you luck that?
Nope.
No, Hayden doesn't have luck.
Holy cow.
Nope. That's in the rule. I wrote that in the rule that you can't use luck, can't use bennies.
What?
Wow.
Jinx.
Hey.
Well, this is going to be weird.
Awesome.
Yeah, how are you going to write this one into the campaign?
I have no idea.
You died. You
Cardiac.
have to play a different character.
May
Cardiac
get to play the
arrest.
guide.
Well, Lieutenant, you're now going to be captain.
Just in case it
Wow.
matters, I'm gonna show you who the guide was.
Oh Lord. Oh,
Yes.
Nice.
We're safe, guys. We're totally safe.
do you remember the movie?
Oh.
He kind of died.
Yeah, he kind of died, and from what I understand in the filming of it, he was also pretty. People were scared of the dude.
Holy cow, man. I can't believe you actually rolled that, Brian.
That is, yeah, I'm really tempted to.
Whoa!
I know. Just to get to the end of the campaign.
You could always make it that the trek through the wilderness takes a heavy
Will
toll.
kill him.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
kill him at
kind
the
of what
end.
I'm leaning toward at this point.
Wow.
We'll see. We'll see. I'll have to think about that. I did consider whether or not I should go with the 25-point rule.
Too late. So sad. He's gonna die. I do like the.
I will have
the-
decided
he's
by
like,
next time.
Well, hopefully before then, because if he's dead, then that means Brian needs a new character.
Or you could just have Matthew Sumner turn up and say, "Someone told me my dad was here."
That'll happen right when we get back and you're dead.
I'll be slightly more creative than that, hopefully. In
Or
the
not.
meantime, 1 character point for everybody,
Oh man.
including the dead guy.
Corpses get points too.
I may just have him play a ghost.
Oh, that would be weird.
That would actually be freaking hilarious.
Just saying that. One of the next the next thing that I was actually thinking about Spencer picking up was spirit communication.
Yeah, that's true. Damn.
That would be really funny.
I said you would die. I did not say you would create a new character, so you may just apply a template. We'll see.
Wow.
Well, that was an unexpected roll.
Yeah. So stability, we don't have anything to do with that for the time being. And
Until we find
Benny.
out Hayden's dead.
So, Sir Randall is definitely getting a Benny for tonight. He acted like a complete nut job, as supposed to.
Okay.
Anybody else? You know what? I'm gonna give Rogers a Benny too because he stumped the GM.
I stumped you.
Oh yeah, you were not supposed to go stay at the ship. Yeah, and there was a last minute change there where I decided to put that at the beginning because it made more sense that way narratively, and I did not think through the consequences.
Aha.
You shouldn't have asked us. Do we stay on the ship or do we return to the
I could
hacienda?
have done that, but yeah. Anyway, so one for you, one for Sir Randall.
What?
And anybody have any questions before we kill it, as it were?
Aha.
I can't think of any.
Nobody. Then, if you're watching this and you have questions, corrections, suggestions, or general hecklings, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Like and subscribe and all that. Thank you for watching. Olympus out.
You killed him. Or he died.
I think he killed himself.
He killed himself.